Can everybody hear me okay? Are we good to go? Maybe just let me know how my mic sounds. Still a bit unsure of this setup, and I do keep tinkering with it, so it's always good to keep checking. No complaints? Sounds great as always. Oh, you. Alright, well, I'll take that then. Okay, well, hello everybody. How's it going? Hope everybody's having a good day today. Alright, I'm very much looking forward to getting into this. But anyway, where are my manners? Pardon me. If you've never met me before, hello, my name is Alato Nix. I am your friendly neighborhood greedy raven, out to steal your valuables and who knows, maybe even your heart along the way. Alright. Oh, goodness, okay. But yeah, this is what we've got for today. So I do have, it's mostly Jojo. It's mostly Jojo. So I've got some part 6, part 3, and part 5. Part 5 is the one that actually has like a full size like booster pack. Yeah, like a full size like booster set. So I went with that one because this is apparently the base set. But they put out the more popular ones behind premium boosters because of course they did. Company wants to make money, right? But yeah, so figured just, you know, give these a go and see if we get anything good. And, I don't know, been kind of interested in the set for a bit. And, who knows, maybe it'll be enough to make a decent new deck out of. But, you know, for today, we're just really just going to be opening and examining what we got. And, yeah, we also got a little bit of Persona here, also. I did get like a starter set. From Persona 3 when it originally ran. So I don't know, maybe this will like add to that. Maybe it'll, you know, be able to, I'll be able to tinker with that some after I get done with that. But anyway, yeah, so I think let's just go ahead and just get right into the JoJo, shall we? This is so dope! Hey, Jack! Oh my god, it's been a while. Hope you've been doing okay. Is there a pattern to opening Weiss cards like there is for Pokemon? Not that I know of. Not that I know of. But yeah, welcome in, everybody. I hope everybody's having a good day today. And, I don't want to spoil it, but in case we get through these, like, a little bit too quickly, I do have something else that I can open that is also TCG related. But I'm not going to spoil what it is. But yeah, I think let's just go ahead and get in. Usually the premium boosters are like the real, you know, like real like super fancy stuff. So I think let's just start with the booster box and go from there. I think that works. Did I buy the Final Fantasy Magic set? I did not. But yeah, let's just go ahead and put these off to the side for now, and let's just go ahead and get started on this bad boy, shall we? But yeah, for people that like JoJo, what is your favorite part? So I know for me, I've got a couple of favorites. I really liked part 2 a lot. Part 2 is like the part that really like got me in, so to speak. But then again, I was told beforehand that, you know, part 1 is like, that one's really hit or miss. Like, some people really like it, some people think it's boring, but part 2 is where it really gets good. So I was like, okay, bet. So I'll stick around for part 2 then. And they were not wrong. They were not wrong at all. Haunted pack openings. You know what? That sounds so fun, actually. But alright, yeah, let's just go ahead and just hop right in, shall we? I don't really like to damage the boxes. I'm a little weird, I guess, but when I do stuff like this, I really try hard not to like damage the box. So while I could like punch this out here and just pull them from there, because that could be kind of fun, I also don't like the damage the box, so I'm kind of weird like that. So I hope you'll excuse me. Oh, I like the art for these packs. That's cool. That is very cool art. I like that a lot. Oh man, I'm excited. Okay, alright. I don't have any particular cards that I'm chasing, mostly because, this is like my first like foray into this set, so to speak. So this is all brand new to me. Part 7's goated. I mean, yeah, what's not to love about Steel Ball Run? What's not to love? Oh, hey, cool. So that is the promo rare for this box. Very cool, very cool. Let's see what this card does. Oh, it's a support card. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty low power, but it seems like it's a support card. So, you know, hey, that works. But that's cool. Okay. Let's just, you know what? I'm just gonna go down the line here. You watched until part 2. Well, that's not... You gotta go farther than that, man. Like, part 2 is, like, where it starts getting good, I think. I really loved part 4. Part 5 was also very good. Part 5's probably one of my favorites, but it's in, like, the middle. It's in, like, the middle of the set. I still think part 4 was one of the strongest. I think my favorites go part 2, 4, 6, and then I'd probably put like 5 and 7 like on the same kind of tier. I like both of them. I like them both, but for very different reasons, I feel like. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, hell yeah. I love how they call it SB for the English. Nah, come on, man. That's Sex Pistols. Get out of here. Okay, let's see. 7K, alright. This card attacks. If character facing this is level 3 or higher, it gets plus 6,000. Ooh. Okay, so this is like a boss killer. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, alright. Yeah, they just like pulled art straight from the anime. I mean, not that that's a bad thing. I don't think that's a bad thing at all. Alright, let's see. Card gets plus X. Equal to the number of Golden Wind characters that you have times 1,000. I mean, that makes sense. Okay. Okay, so that one's just a basic attacker. Nothing wrong with that one either. Let's see. Ooh. Oh, they kind of stuck together a little bit. Interesting. Alright. Let's see. There's a marker under this. It gets plus 7,500. Oh, we're dealing with markers now in this set. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so it needs a new power Golden Wind in your waiting room. Okay, so that's what we use as markers. So, okay, I think that's already like a decent starting point as far as like knowing what I should probably build for this set if I get the cards for it. But yeah, so definitely gonna have to be on the lookout for some of those. That's good. Okay. Alright, good deal. I know, like, some of you guys, like, you don't play Weiss, so you're just like, I have no idea what the hell is going on, but that's fine. It's taken me longer than I wanted to, but at some point, I am gonna do, like, a how to play Weiss, stream, where it's just, like, you know, the whole stream's just dedicated into teaching people how to play Weiss. Because, I don't know, it's a TCG that I actually really like playing, but it's always so difficult to find people to play with. So, you know, that's definitely something that I would like to do. But I'm gonna have to find a different method, because the one that I was gonna use, it kinda got DMCA'd, so, ooh. Alright. Oh my gosh, thank you for the gift at BCK, I appreciate you. Oh yeah, that's right. That's the prize from Jeopardy on Saturday. Hell yeah, thank you. Much appreciated. Okay, let's see. When this one is put top 2 cards into your waiting room. If there's a climax among them, you can put the top of your opponent's deck in there. Okay. Interesting. That's an interesting mechanic. So I guess it just, you know, makes you like has the chance to make you, you know, cycle some of your opponent's cards. Okay. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Alright, let's see. Alright. Sorry, I'm doing a lot of reading while I go through these. There's just, you know, you forgot on Monday, that's okay. ASMR, here I go. Oh no. Oh no. Listen, I've still got some room for improvement in there, so, you know, don't go into that with too high of expectations, I'll say. Alright, let's see. Oh, all of your opponent characters get encore. Oh, okay, interesting, interesting. Okay, okay. I'm definitely seeing some interesting mechanics to work with here. So that's already a good thing. I mean, that's... I always thought that was like one of the things that really like drew me in about JoJo. It's just like all the different like stand mechanics and things like that you have to work with. So seeing them try to, I guess, do some weird stuff with the actual like TCG set is really nice. Is really nice. I like that a lot. Weiss English cards now? Yeah, they've had them for a while actually. Alright, placed in my hand or by the... Okay, okay, so it could come from another one. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, okay, so this gets a boost at first. Oh, okay. We got our first little sparkly one here. Just a good old Abacchio. Alright, let's see. Not gonna lie. Feels kind of weird to have cards of him in a deck. And for the people that know JoJo's, you know why. For the people that don't worry about it. I didn't say anything weird at all. Okay, so this is also like a support / booster, so that's good. That's good. Okay, okay. Yeah, okay, okay. I don't want to spend too long. On trying to read some of these. Mostly because I'll be here all day, like, trying to process that information, just, you know, bird brain. But anyway. But yeah, so we're just kind of going through today and just opening cards, first off. And then, I'll go through and look on my own time and see if I think we've got enough to really, like, make a deck from. And then sometime after I do the eventual How to Play Weiss stream, then we'll definitely have a stream where we're just, you know, building a deck. I think that makes the most sense. I think that makes the most logical sense. Just me personally. But yeah, just gonna put this in a little sleeve since it is a sparkly card. We do want to protect those. Okay. I like the art for this Climax card. That's sick. Yep, plus 1,000, plus 1 soul. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That's pretty standard for Climax cards. I wonder if they're gonna do anything weird with those. I do wonder. Doing a JoJo watch along would be really cool. Yeah, maybe. Could try reading them through, but not focus on remembering. Yeah, maybe. But that's the thing, is that when I actually do read stuff, it's with the aim to retain the information. So, you know. If I promise to sing Golden Wind, I mean, that wouldn't be too hard. That wouldn't be too hard. I mean, what? Considering I did, you know, the part 1 anime opening during a previous karaoke stream, I don't think that would be too off-brand for me. All right. Let's see. Put 2 cards in. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this one is a sewer slider, and by that it's, you know, when this one becomes reversed, you can pay the cost, like put 2 of my cards in my waiting room. If I do, bring this one back and then kill the battle opponent. So it basically goes in there to, you know, get hit, die, and then Uno reverse. So that's kind of cool. I could see how that would be fun to play around. Alright, let's see. But yeah, no, like I said, I don't think that would be too off-brand for me, Mariachi. Alright, let's see here. Okay, okay, so this one gives a debuff to enemies. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to get these. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. Yep. I remember this scene. Oh boy. But yeah, no, I really need to like go back and finish like part 5's anime, honestly. I kind of like by the time I really got to part 5, I had to like stop like halfway through, so I could, you know, so I could start on part 6. So, you know, that part was, probably not good to do. I really should go back and finish part 5 sometime though. But what I watched was great. Can we do a JoJo's Abridged watch along for those of us with short attention spans? Because I'm sure that exists. It might. It very well might. I don't know, honestly. I haven't actually like searched it up to see if that does exist, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did. Okay, let's see. You know what? I don't know if it's just because I'm nervous or whatever, but I'm kind of like reading these, and the words are kind of like going in one eye and out the other, so to speak. So maybe we'll just focus on, you know, just seeing what we get for today, and then we'll go back and actually read cards later. Man, I love Aerosmith. I know they're calling it something different because, again, you know, English and their copyrights and stuff like that. But like, come on, no, this is Aerosmith to me. But no, I loved how they, you know, just really started like getting super weird with stands, and it's just like it just kept going and getting weirder like the more you went along. So, you know. Okay, so that's just all opponents get encore. That's fine. That's fine. That one's easy enough. Return it to my hand. Oh, yo! Hold up! Yo, that's sick, actually. Hello? Oh, that's so cool. I've never seen that before. I really hope you guys can, like, see this properly, but this is, like, they put, like, a metallic foil right here. That is so cool. Oh, wow. I like that effect a lot. I've never seen that done before. That's really cool. Abridged wouldn't be that different from the original. Maybe. Maybe. Be careful. Listen. What do you think? What do you think I have the sleeves on hand for? What do you think I have them on hand for? Now, just the problem is, where's the top of the sleeve? There it is. Okay, we got it. Alright, we got it. We got it. Let's very carefully slide that one in there. Hell yeah. Okay. Oop, there we go. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. That only dropped to a PSA 9. No big deal. Anyway, okay. So, I don't know if you can see that here at the bottom, but that says JJR. So there's a special, like, rarity tier for this set, called Jojo Rare. And I would assume it is them doing stuff like this, like putting, like, foil on the, you know, like putting foil on, like, certain parts of this. You mean the reflection? It's okay. I'm not pointing it at my face. I'm not that stupid. But yeah, no, that's super cool. I saw that on the box, and I was like, I wonder what Jojo Rare means. But there you go. That's what it means. That's super cool. I love that. I love that. That's very cool. Isn't Jojo already one giant meme fest? I mean, that depends on who you talk to, I suppose. But it can certainly come off that way. Let's see. Yeah, just your basic climax card. That's cool. That's cool. All right. And like I said, some of you guys, you're not going to know what the hell that even means. But that's okay. You got scared? It's okay. It's alright. I am being careful. Just choose one character, return it to your hand. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I guess it's just like, nope. I'm just gonna reverse that. I don't wanna, you know, I don't wanna play this card after all. That works. That works. I do wish it was, like, easier to do that sometimes. So, you know. Hey, that's good. That's good. Alright, let's get in the next pack here. You just got surprised how reflective the metallic parts were. Yeah. Yeah, the self bounce. Yeah, that's not something I see often in sets, so I'm liking that already. I am definitely liking that already. Come on, work with me. Thank you. Maybe I need to maybe I just need to, like, instead of like ripping these, maybe I just need to scissor, like I did you know, with the HoloLive packs. Maybe, we'll see. Self-balance, let's abuse the hell out of it. I think you can only have, like, four of each card. So if there are other self-bounces, maybe. That sounds like it could be really funny. What's the stare for? Did I say something weird? Oh, I hope I didn't say something weird. I might have, though. Anyway, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Okay, let's see. Gets plus 2,500 for each character in your opponent's backstage. Oh, okay. So the more your opponent is boosting themselves, the more power this one gets. Damn, so I could go up to 11k? That's strong as hell for a level 2. Damn. Okay. Okay. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the vision. I see the vision. Alright, let's see here. God, that face. Man. How do you not just look at that and be like, oh god. Okay, let's see. There's a lot of like mutual boosting that I'm seeing in these cards. Which, you know, again, very cool. Very cool. He's staring. Yeah, he is. Alright, let's see. Man, honestly, even just something simple like, you know, pulling screenshots like from the anime, if it's got like a good budget and like really nice art in it, I mean, it's gonna look good. I gotta say though, as somebody that was into Jojo, like before they really started like making like the full anime series, gosh, it was so nice to actually see it getting like a proper anime adaptation. Because before that, really all we had was like the part 3 like OVA, and that was like questionable at best, I'm not gonna lie. So, like I said, it's very nice, especially seeing all the parts get a proper anime adaptation. So that is definitely very cool. Alright, let's see. At the beginning of my opponent's attack phase, I can move this card to the open middle position of my... What? Why would I want to do that? Oh, you know what? I guess if I bounce a card out, like if I use the self bounce to bounce that out and then use this instead. Maybe. I could see that being a possibility. Just like some early game silly shenanigans. Is there any anime parts where I'm like, damn, they did it dirty? I don't think so, actually. I think so far, like, the Jojo series has been pretty solidly done, I think. I'm really struggling to think of any parts where I'm just like, man, they really screwed that up, or they really could have done that better. I don't think so. Anime has been solid. Yeah, I think so too. At least that's, you know, that's what I think about it. But then again, that is also potentially colored by, you know, me acknowledging the fact earlier that all we had before that was a very questionable, like, Stardust Crusaders OVA. And that one was not great. It was not great. Okay, let's see. Oh, put it into stock. Ooh, this better have a good effect to make it worth it then. Reveal top card of my deck. If it has one or more of the same trait as the character I put into my stock, then I put that one on my stage. Interesting. I'm struggling a little bit to see the particular vision on why you would want to use this one. But I bet if I think about it more, I could figure it out. Return all cards from my waiting room to my deck and then shuffle my deck. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, so that's just a self cycle right there. Interesting. Okay. Let's see. Choose one of my other characters. Yeah, another more like mutual boosting happening here too. Okay. Okay. So this one basically swaps out with other ones. Okay. Oh, there we go. We got another sparkler here. Hell yeah. That's a very, like, basic, like, sparkly, you know, sparkly foil there. But, you know, I like it. Again, making sure not to point it at myself. But hopefully you guys can at least see the shine there. This is also part of what I wear gloves for when I do stuff like this. So, you know, I'm not leaving any of my yucky fingerprints all over anything. Not that I really have much fingerprints to say, to speak of anyway. But, you know, it never hurts to be too careful, right? You can never be too careful with that sort of thing. There we go. Okay. There we go. Into the sleeve you go, sir. Nice to meet you. Into the sleeve with you. Okay. Alright, let's see. Okay, can choose one card and put it into my stock. Okay. When it's placed on the stage from my hand, it gets plus 1500 until end of turn. Okay, that's kind of strong for a 0/0. Especially if I want to just kind of come out swinging. That makes sense. That makes sense. Nothing too special, but, you know, usually level 0s aren't. So, I think that's perfectly fine. Then, okay. Yeah, that's a cool shot for the climax card there. Very, very basic in terms of like effect and stuff though. So that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Never know when the IRS is watching. That's true. That's true. Yeah, the stream actually can be an IRS write-off, so yeah. Okay, let's see. There we go. Alright, let's see. Okay. Oh, all my other one. Okay, so if I have more copies of this, then they do +1 damage. Interesting. Okay. And if I tap this one, I choose... Okay, and then they get +2000. Okay, okay, so this one's a booster. But it also, like I said, it boosts all the other ones that are just like it, so... That's definitely one that you would want to have multiple copies of, for sure. I mean, that's pretty much always going to be the case, but, you know... What is the IRS? Internal Revenue Service. It's the government tax agency over here in the U.S. Alright, let's see. When it's placed on the stage from your hand, you can pay the cost. Choose 2 characters. Okay. And they get +6000. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, that's something, alright. That's a huge boost. Wow. Okay. Yeah, and then this one works with the other one. Okay, gotcha, gotcha. Okay. Spanish is hacienda or SAT. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, SAT is different here too. It's tests that you take to get into, you know, tests that you take in order to get into college and stuff like that. That and the ACT. Some schools want one, some schools want the other. So it's you know, it's a whole mess, just like everything in the US. Alright, let's see. I can perform a trigger check 2 times. Oh, wow, interesting. Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, so if this card gets killed, I can pay the cost and I can put it into a rest position instead. I guess if I need to tank another hit? I guess that makes sense. That makes sense. That seems like more of a desperation thing, but I don't think that's bad. Alright, let's see here. Oh, backup card. Okay, cool, cool, cool. I see, I see. I mean, you know, backups are pretty self-explanatory, at least to me. At least to me. For people that don't play Weiss, it's not gonna be, but to me it is. Alright, let's see. Okay. I think they picked a little bit of rough art in this one in particular. Like, some of these are, like, super, super clean looking. This one's a little... Oh, hell yeah, okay. Alright, let's see. Yep. Got a good old sparkler here. I will say, though, that because the art itself takes up so much of the frame, you're not getting a whole lot of, like, the sparkle effect. But still, hey, that's a, yeah, it's a level 3, 10k. Okay, so this can get on stage from the effects of another card. Okay, okay. All of my Golden Wind characters get plus 1500. Okay, so just this one being on stage alone gives a boost to everybody. That's cool. That's cool. Oh, that's the... let's see. There we go. You can get the rest of my sleeves here. Okay. Not strictly an actor. Oh, yeah, I get the reference that you're trying to make, Index. Okay, let's see. Which was the top part? Here we go. This was the top. Pretty sure? Yes, it is. Okay. Let's go ahead and very gently get this in here. There we go. Super gently. Definitely makes it difficult, more difficult to like handle stuff like this, because, you know, I have no grippies on my fingers here, so that's okay. We make do with what we got. And then, yep, just another basic climax card. That's fine. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, let's see. Let's get into the next one here. Okay. Alright, that's not good. That's okay here. That's okay. We got this. We got this. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay. Easy enough. Easy enough. Oh, hey, here we go. Here's Eternal Ruler. Yeah. Okay, so this was actually the card that can bring out that level 3 that we just got. Let's see. Oh, it can, but it doesn't definitely. I see. I see. Okay. Okay. So, you look at the, you know, X amount of, like, top cards of our deck, which is equal to the number of characters that my opponent has. So, if my opponent has 5 characters, I can look up the top 5 cards of my deck, choose up the one character from among them, reveal it, put it in my hand, and then put the rest in my waiting room. So that would be where this one comes from. Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. I'm seeing the vision. I'm seeing the vision. We should have tier piles of what I think of the cards. I think that's a little too complex, at least for today. Okay, so this is a backup card. Very simple. Very simple. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Alright. Oh, change. Okay. Cool. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Doppio can change into Diavolo. Yeah, that makes sense. Makes perfect sense. Okay, okay. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. I keep saying it, but I see the vision. I see it. Okay, so this one's a search. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. That's okay. I get that. I get that. Alright, another level 3. Let's see what this one does. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, so it stops my opponent from using backup cards. Okay, cool, cool. I like that. I like it. Nice. Okay, okay. Oh, and there we go. We've got our sparkly one just underneath this one, too. Let's see. Yeah, we saw this one earlier, where you can swap it out with Room in the Turtle. Okay. Okay, there we go. They're kind of basic sparkly. I'm hoping we're really going to get into like some really cool ones, honestly. One thing I do like about Weiss that makes, you know, pulling for stuff super fun, honestly, is the fact that there's a chance to get like sign cards, and it's like, you know, it's signed by like the voice actors behind like the character that's on the card usually. So yeah, that's, you know, that would be something cool to see. I have yet to see one of those on stream yet, but I have gotten some from other sets. Like I have quite a few from my Project Diva set, so. Oh, jeez. That's crazy. Okay. Not that I didn't know that happened, because I definitely do. I also think that that's another, you know, good, like, storytelling thing that they do in JoJo's, where it's like the characters aren't safe, so to speak. You know, that makes sense. It makes sense. Signed from Project Diva as in Miku signed it. You know, I'm gonna have to look up who signs those. The sign cards are why Hololive Weiss is still quite pricey. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah, no, I know somebody that has some sign cards, but they didn't get any signs of, like, any of their Oshis, so that's kind of rough. That's kind of rough, but, you know, with so many characters in that set, it's, you know, it's bound to happen, right? It's bound to happen. It was one of those, for them where it was like, I can't really think of any, you know, that are my least favorite, but I'll know them if I get their sign card, and it was kind of like that. Alright, let's see. Yep, so we got that one, another backup. Okay, so we keep seeing this one for the change. I wonder if the one that it changes to is rarer than this, and that's why we haven't seen it yet. Because I don't believe I've seen it yet. Okay, this one's a new card. Let's see. Okay, it's a boost. I see. So this one probably goes in backline, I would say. Yeah. Yeah, I think this one goes on the backline. Makes sense. Alright, let's see here. Oh, a little sticky. Oh, oh. Regular rare, but that's interesting art on that one. Very cool, very cool. Okay. And then, yep. Another pretty basic climax card, but that's okay. That's alright. Tend to stay away from TCG. Yeah, I getcha. I getcha. Like, to me, I have to kind of, like, keep it to sets that I'm, like, genuinely interested in. Where it's like, you know, I genuinely like this. Either this game, this anime, whatever. I think like once I'm able to actually do that, you know, teaching you guys to play Weiss stream, I would like to do like another stream of just like going through my decks and just like explaining how they work. Cause I have like, let's see, I have like 2 or 3 Project Diva decks that I have, and I also have a pretty decent like Persona 5 deck also. What's this game's obsession with climaxing? No, no, no. No, no, no. Don't be weird about it. They had ideas for updating the game that were certainly ideas. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. I honestly feel that with Weiss in particular, I feel that besides, you know, them adding like new sets and things like that, I feel like a lot of the basic mechanics are still kind of the same. There we go. Sorry about that. I dropped some trash on the floor. Okay, okay. Let's go here. Let's see. Yep, we had that one, okay. We had this one already, and that one. Seen this one, that one, okay. Alright, let's see. What do we have in this one? Oh, okay. This is a new one. Let's see. What does this one do? Cannot side attack. Oh, so it has to... Okay. Okay. So it can only front attack. I see. I see. Oh! Oh, so this one works with memory. Okay, gosh. They went with a lot of different, Yeah, they went with a lot of different mechanics for this one. I wonder how well that all meshes together. That is something that I'm very curious about, because it seems like usually decks only focus on like maybe like 1 or 2 different mechanics, but it seems like they're kind of going all in and just doing all of them in this one. So I wonder how well that works out. I have no idea. Steals all your money and drink like a true pirate. True, true. Of course, because what else would it be? Don't be silly. Alright, let's see. Oh, there's that stare again. Alright, let's see here. Okay. Yeah, so this one's an uncommon. I think that's interesting. Very interesting. I wonder why. I wonder why that one's uncommon. I mean, this one is too, but... Oh, okay. Okay, let's see what this one does. A lot of different climax cards for this, or at least there's, like, different art on them. Not that that's a bad thing. Alright, let's see. Beginning of draw phase, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's level 1 or higher, I can return this card to my hand. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so I can just, like, swap this back into my hand. I see. Doesn't have to go anywhere. Can just, you know, can just do that. But that's at the beginning of my draw phase. Or opponent's draw phase, sorry. I think I need to turn these sleeves upside down, because I think I've got them the wrong way. Or do I? Or do I? I don't have them the wrong way. Okay. Just gloves not cooperating. Because that's what happens, right? That's just what happens. Alrighty. Let's see. I did definitely think that, like, is he eating frogs? No. Frog is phone. The frog is the phone. So he's just answering the phone. When he picked the frog up off the ground, he's just picking up the phone. Nothing weird about it. It's totally normal. It's totally normal. Just like everything in JoJo. Totally normal. Completely and totally normal. Oh, hey, this is a different one. Okay, let's see. Put up the 6 cards with the same card name as this one into your deck. Okay. Yeah, so I can have 6. Makes sense. Makes sense for the 6 bullets. Oh my gosh. Okay, that is a crazy combo, actually. So, +1 soul. Soul is actually the amount of damage that it's possible to do with a card. So, like, if a card gets +1 soul from something, then it gets +1 damage. But the fact that this can get up to +5 for each of my other bullets, that's actually insane. That's so much potential damage. Holy crap. Okay, wow. That's something, alright. Alright, let's see. Okay, let's see. There we go. There's our sparkler for this pack. I have 2 or more. This one gets +2,000. Okay. Can choose 3 in my waiting room, return them to my hand. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I can swap out cards if I want to. Gotcha. Okay. That's cool. The old frog and bone. Yeah, like I said, nothing weird about it, right? Wait, do I have this upside down? I can't tell. Man, I can't tell! There we go. Okay, I did have it upside down, actually. Okay, so let's settle this with myself once and for all. Hold on. I pull one from here. Is it at the top or is it at the bottom? It's at the bottom. Okay, so I need to turn these upside down. Okay, alright. There we go. Alright, next pack. Does Weiss have set rotation? How do you mean? How do you mean? Because I will say that, like, one thing that potentially makes Weiss, like, really expensive is, like, some sets, like, go out of print. Okay, so I haven't seen this one before. What does this one do? Top 2 cards in my waiting room. There's a level 0 or lower character among them. Their soul doesn't decrease by side attacking. Oh, interesting. Okay. Let's see. If my memory has 2 or less, I can choose... Okay. Prosciutto and put it in my memory. Okay. And then that actually works with, like, the other memory card that we saw earlier. Okay. Makes sense. Oh, this is a new one, too. Okay. Haven't seen this one yet. Oh, can only be used. Okay, no. I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure they, like, they're usually pretty good about, like, balancing sets. So as far as I'm aware, like, as long as they're, you know, out there to the general public, they're allowed to be able to be used. So no, I don't think that's really a thing with Weiss. But then again, I don't play, like, competitively or anything like that, so that's, you know, I am not 100% certain on that, but I have not heard of that being a thing with Weiss. Okay, let's see. Activates up to 1 time per turn. When I use an ability, choose one character. That character gets plus 1,000. Okay. Let's see. Level 2 or higher, choose one. Okay, marker under this card. Oh, markers. I see. Okay. Yeah, so this one works with markers. Interesting. Okay, alright. Cool. I'll have to take a closer look at that one later. This one's just super basic. There's no real, like, ability on this one. Not that that's bad, just, you know, it makes it just easier to slot into things. Let's see. Okay, so this is the one that can be put as a marker underneath the Neurontia card that we just got. Okay, I'll take another closer look at that one later. Set rotation is my enemy. Yeah, me too. Also, hey Sheriff Pumpkin, how's it going? I hope you're having a good day today. Okay, we got another self bounce. Okay, alright, good deal. Oh, this one's interesting. Okay, another uncommon that we hadn't gotten before. When I use an ability, active ability. Okay, let's see. When this card's battle opponent becomes reversed, you may put the top card of your deck into your stock. Oh, interesting. I guess that's, you know, I guess that's the trade-off. I guess that's the trade-off for having a 5k power at level 1. Interesting. I wonder what the benefit of that is. Okay, there we go. This one is actually a double rare, which is interesting because I don't really see any difference as far as, like, the, you know, the print and stuff like that. So I wonder why that is. I am very curious to read this card's ability. Could be in its ability. It could be. Usually it's in, like, the foil style sometimes, but not always. So I guess we'll just have to take a look and see. Alright, let's see here. Put 1 card from my hand in my waiting room. Put top card. Okay, top card of my stock and top card of my deck. Wait, what? Oh, put the top card of my stock on top of my deck. Okay. And then put this one in my waiting room. Gotcha. Okay, wow, that's a really complex, like, switcheroo there. But it seems like that's definitely a mechanic that they kind of went in on with the set. So that's interesting. I'll have to dig into that a little bit more. Remember being disqualified from a local Beyblade tournament? That's crazy. I've never even, like, been to a Beyblade tournament. I can't imagine getting disqualified from one. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, let's see. Since we've opened, like, quite a few packs already, I'm mostly just gonna be, like, kind of skipping through these unless we see some cards we hadn't seen before. Like this one. Let's see. Okay, plus 1,000 for each marker beneath it. Okay, I see. Okay. This card's battle opponent becomes reversed. Look at the top card of my deck. If I do, put that card face down underneath this card as a marker. Okay. Is there a limit to how many markers I can have, though? I don't see a limit. Usually, if there is a limit, it'll say so on the card. Interesting. Honestly, getting 1,000 power per marker underneath it is kind of crazy. Marker, I hardly know her. True. Okay, let's see. Yeah, doing some card pulling. How's it going, Nader? I hope you've been doing okay. Okay, let's see. Encore, Yeah, we saw this one earlier, so that one's fine. Okay, there we go. There's our little sparkly boy for this pack. Regular rare. Alright, let's see. If Rampant Death. Okay, gotcha. Top 2 cards of my deck into my waiting room. Choose one up to level X or lower. Okay. Total level of the cards put in my waiting room by this effect. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Okay. Alright, I see. I see. I believe I understand how that's supposed to work. Start selling Sharpies at card shops. Okay, let's see. Come on. Work with me, gloves. Please. I'm begging you. Please, I beg. Oh my gosh. Thread the needle here? Can we do it? There we go. Look at that skill. Hell yeah. Okay. Okay, let's see. Alright. I think we're about like halfway through our packs of this booster box at least. And then we still got the premium stuff to open, so. Do I have a policy on clipping my streams? Not really, to be honest. Not really. Just as long as it's not like as long as it's not like purposely like taking me out of context to try to promote any kind of a hateful agenda. That's about my only real like I guess policy per se on that. But beyond that, nah, go nuts. Alright, let's see. Okay. I don't believe I've seen this one before. Okay, choose one, and okay, put it in rest. If I do choose two of my opponent's characters, and they get minus 1500 until end of turn. Oh, interesting. Okay, so that's a debuff. I like that. I like that. If so say so, all clips are okay. I don't know about the say so bit, but you know. Okay, so let's get -2 while it's on stage. Interesting. Okay. Card facing this means, oh, they can't side attack. Oh, that's interesting. I like that. And this is a 10k at level 2? Holy crap. But also it gets -2 levels while it's on stage. Okay. So when it's actually on stage, it counts as a level 0. That's interesting. That's an interesting one. I like that. It's a common? Okay, so I should actually be able to get 4 of those then. Do I play the game or just collect? For some games, I just collect. For this one, though, I actually do play Weiss, though. I like Weiss quite a bit, actually. Like I was telling people earlier, I'm still trying to work out how exactly I'm gonna do it, but I would really like to eventually, like, do a stream where it's just the whole point is just to teach you guys how to play Weiss. Because I like this particular card game quite a bit, but it's so niche that it's really hard to find people to play with, so... Also, hey Baragon, how are you? Hope you've been doing well. Been a while since I've seen ya. Alright, let's see. That's a very basic one. That's okay. That's okay. There we go. Okay, so this is the one where it changes from split personality Doppio. So we got 2 of those. This one is still a common. Okay, so that's good. That's good. So if I wanted to do something like playing around this particular mechanic, I should be able to get enough cards from a booster box to actually do those. So that works. That works. Okay. Okay. Okay, and then when this card attacks, it boosts another character until end of turn. Okay, I like that. That's cool. That's cool. Only way is to do battles via chat. That'd be kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. That'd be very funny. Okay, let's see. So what does this one do? Okay, so put 1 character into my waiting room. When this is placed on stage from my hand, pay the cost. Look at up to 3 cards from the top of my deck. Choose 1, put it in my hand, put the rest in the waiting room. Okay, okay, makes sense, makes sense. Alright, let's see. All of your opponents get the... Oh, okay. All of your opponent's characters get the following ability. Put the top card of their deck into their clock. Okay, okay. Beginning of the climax phase, you can pay the cost. If you do, they get... Oh, wow. Huh, interesting. I wonder what the point of that is. So it gives your opponents the ability to boost at the, at the cost of some life. Still, 2,500 is a big boost, though. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. Don't like the idea of paying to have a clear advantage. Well, see, I kind of disagree with that stance on this game in particular, because honestly, especially if you're just playing for fun, like any set can be viable. Like there are some sets that are, you know, like ranked higher than others, just like with how easy they are to play with, how much synergy they have and stuff like that. But it's perfectly reasonable to just like go with stuff that you're interested in. That's what I do, at least. Like my main sets that I play are Project Diva and Persona 5, and neither of those are ranked very high, but I just play for fun, so it doesn't really matter to me if I win or lose. I don't play competitively at all, so. Alright, let's see. So this one is, okay. If that's in my clock, this gets -1 level while it's in my hand. Okay, okay. Plus 500 for each of my other Golden Wind characters. Okay, so I can get up to plus 2,000. 11.5, that's not too bad. That's not bad. Cool, okay, that's cool. But yeah, there are like a lot of sets in this, but if you just focus on like one, maybe two that you really like, then I don't think it's that bad personally. But I can understand where you're coming from. Never been in the climax phase of your turn before. Oh no. Yeah, no, understandable, Index. Completely understandable. But yeah, like I said, I don't exactly know what like the competitive scene for this game looks like. 'Cause again, I don't play competitive. Just like with Pokemon, I don't play competitive. I play for fun, and that is about it. Alright, let's see. Okay, so we got more of those. Let's see. Oh, this one's interesting. I don't think I've seen this one before. Alright. The Love is War set. Yeah, okay. So that is one thing that I dislike about Weiss, especially like with their less popular sets. They do tend to go out of print pretty quickly once they do come out. So you know, if you see a set that you like that's, you know, coming out soon, you probably want to make some kind of plans to acquire it somehow. But, you know, I think that's just like one of the pitfalls of this being like such a niche card game, personally. But like I said, I mean, even like, would I recommend like mixing sets together? Not really, but watch some people who make money holding on to boxes and then selling them for more later. Yeah, that's, yeah, definitely. Like I said, especially when stuff goes out of print, or like there's a new meta like discovered around like old cards and stuff like that, that can always happen. But at least, you know, for someone like me who just plays for fun, it's, you know, that's no big deal. It's no big deal. So I just get them when I can get them, and that's about it. Alright, let's see. Choose one of my opponent's characters, and they get a debuff. Alright, understood. Choose a character in my waiting room, put it in my stock. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay. That's not too bad. Let's see. What is... I don't think I've seen this one either. This is an uncommon too, so let's take a look at this one real quick. Okay, one Savage Smoke. Okay, I think we have a couple of those. Okay, put it underneath this one as a marker. I see. Okay. Choose a marker, put it in any position on stage. At the end of the turn, you can put that... Oh, okay, interesting. Okay, this definitely seems like a backline card, for sure. Alright, let's see what we got here. Okay. Another regular rare. Alright. Cool. I love Naranci. I think he was like one of my favorite, like part 5 characters. Okay, so let's see. You have 2 or more, you can draw 1 card. If you do, choose 1 in your hand and put it in your waiting room. Okay. Gotcha. Now let's see. When it's placed on stage from my hand, put top 2 cards of my deck into my waiting room. If there's a climax card there, which is, you know, one's like this, Then you choose one character on your opponent's stage, and they get a -1000 power until end of turn. Okay, okay, there's a lot of, like, debuffing. There's a lot of, like, self-buffing, mutual buffing, and enemy debuffing going in this set, which I think that's cool. I think that's cool. It seems like it could make it, potentially very tricky to play around. I will say that I definitely liked old Weiss mostly better, because like you just had this was before they came out with like premium booster sets, you know. They actually just had just the regular booster boxes, and that was about all you had for sets. So it made it a lot easier to, you know, get like the really good cards that are gonna go in your sets. But you know, they started coming out with premium boosters, and that is way less cards in each of those boxes, so it makes it a lot harder to pull for things. So I think if there is like a set that you want to get into, I think that honestly, if you're looking for like a more budget option, I think that maybe just like doing like an initial like maybe like booster box to get like most of the cards that you're gonna want for a deck is good, and then after that I would probably just like get like singles online or something like that. I think that's probably the better option if you're doing stuff like this on a budget. Which honestly, that's probably what I'm gonna end up doing too. So, oh cool, it's another split personality Diablo. Okay, good. I don't think I've seen this one yet. Yeah, it's an uncommon. Okay, let's see. Oh, so it's a backup card. Okay, so it's just an uncommon backup. Interesting. Okay, well, that's pretty easy to understand. Let's see. Ooh. Double rare, okay. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I don't think I've seen this card at all yet, so I'm just taking a quick look at it to see if it does anything super special. I'm not gonna lie, the quote on this is kind of hilarious. You're going to fail, no matter what, when you're a piece of shit. I wish that was how the world worked. I wish that was how the world worked. Yeah, I hear you, Nike. Yeah, I know, and it's like, you know, companies want more money, I get it, but like, bro, just makes hobbies so damn expensive. Yeah, sell them as unopened for more. Yeah, of course, yeah. Especially if you just like, you know, get them and then sit on them for a little while. Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. I don't think that's quite the same as scalping, though. It's still not great, but it's not quite the same. Okay, so this is an uncommon. What does this do? Okay, it's an assist card. Gotcha. Okay, so this sits in the back line. Gotcha. Okay. And this one does... Let's see... Ah, okay, so it also boosts other cards. Okay, gotcha, okay. Let's see what we have here. Hello, regular rare. Good to see you, Oh, that's an interesting one. Controller of magnetism. I don't think we have any of these yet, so that's cool, good to see that. Hell yeah, let's go! Like I said, I'm really hoping we get at least a couple more of those Jojo rares, because that was super cool. That was a really cool effect. Let me actually just pull that one out real quick again for the people that didn't get to see it earlier, because it's really cool. I love that effect. Very special Jojo rare. Yeah, look at that. They got like the shiny foil across just the, you know, just the sound effect parts. I love that. That is actually such a cool effect. I haven't seen a set like that do that before, so that's, you know, that's easily like one of my favorites for sure. That's probably my favorite card that I've gotten so far. You know, beyond ones that I'll probably end up using for a deck. So, but yeah, it's a really cool effect. I like it a lot. Alright, let's see. So I'm hoping we get, like, you know, at least like a couple more of those. I would really like to see more of that. But, you know, then again, I'm a real like sucker for sets that'll actually do something different instead of just, you know, the same old stuff. Yeah, you know what? I would love a card like that, Mariachi. Not gonna lie. Uses $1 million card in a deck. No. No, that one is getting graded and put away. Okay, so this one has playback. Okay, I don't think this is an ability I've seen before. It is a brainstormer. That one I have seen before. Can choose one under the falling sky in your climax area and return it to my hand. Oh, interesting. When my opponent levels up, I get playback. That's cool. Okay. So if they're leveling up and I've played that climax card, then I can just put it back in my hand afterwards instead of discarding it. That's cool. That's cool, actually. I like that. Okay. That's a neat mechanic. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, definitely. But like I said, like the real like big prize from like sets like this is if you can get like signed cards. That's like the really big deal, where it's like if you get a signed card, you win. You win. Okay, so this one is, let's see, look it up to 2 cards from the top of the deck. Choose one level 1 or higher, reveal to opponent, put it in my hand, and then put the rest in my waiting room. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so when this card goes in my waiting room, I can choose a character from my waiting room, return it to my hand. Interesting. Alright. Okay, let's see. Alright, and here's our sparkly boy from this particular pack. Okay, some more mutual buffing, and it has Encore. Okay. Yeah, alright, makes sense. I'm seeing a lot of Encore in this set. That's gonna make it really interesting to play around. I see a couple of different mechanics that are gonna make it very, very interesting to try to play around it. I did just kind of look it up out of curiosity a while ago, so I might be misremembering some details, but I'm pretty sure that there was a tournament like fairly recently, like in the last year or so, that used mostly just the Part 5 set with like some, you know, supplements from like a couple of the premium boosters from like Part 3 and Part 6. And I'm pretty sure that one like won a tournament, so that's kind of neat. So I definitely do see like the potential, just looking at the cards, for this set to be pretty good. But I wonder how good, especially just with the stuff that I'm getting from, you know, from the booster box here. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I haven't seen this one yet. Let's see. Top 2 cards in my deck into my waiting room. Choose the one level 1. Okay. Turn that to my hand. Okay. I see. Gotcha. Okay. And then this one is... Okay, gets +1 level and 1,000 power till end of turn when it comes out. Okay. Character facing this card cannot move to another position. Okay, so it just locks them there. That's cool. Okay. Let's see. Oh, hello. Another regular rare. Did I know that Final Fantasy and Magic the Gathering did a collab? Yes! I've seen people talking about that. So yes, I did know that was a thing. Okay, let's see. Place on stage from your hand top 5 cards of my deck into my waiting room and deal, okay, that much damage. Oh, equivalent to the number of climax cards among those. Okay, interesting. Okay. Choose an opponent on my opponent's stage and they get -1,000. Okay, gotcha. But yeah, just there's a lot of like debuffs. There's a lot of like debuffing opponents, and then a lot of just like mutual buffing. And a lot of mechanics in this one that I see that could be very interesting to try to play around. So I like that. That is interesting to me. Oh, and Jacksepticeye in the ads. Yeah, that's really cool. That's really interesting that he ended up in those ads. You've watched a Chocobo magic card. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I've seen people talking about that collab, but I don't know. I don't really play Magic anymore, so that didn't really like appeal to me. Like, I do definitely think that's cool, but it's not something that like directly appealed to me, you know? All right, let's see here. Okay. Yeah, so we're pretty much gonna be looking at like all the uncommons that we get from this point, unless we just, you know, get like get dupes. Because I'm very curious in seeing what they all do. Let's see. All characters get minus. Okay. Equal to that character's level times 1,000. Okay. Okay. So like level 3 characters would get minus 3,000. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Big debuff then. Wow. Okay. Any more? Yeah, I played it for a bit, like, in high school and as a young adult, so... I played it for a little bit, but I don't anymore. Do I know how to play Weiss? Yes? Like I was telling people earlier, I really want to do a stream where it's just, you know, teaching people how to play Weiss. I'm just having to rethink my process for that, because the tool that I was going to use to be able to, like, show people how things work, it very recently got DMCA'd by the company that puts this out. So, oops. Do you have Shadowverse Beyond wishlisted? I don't. No. I tried Shadowverse around the time that it had the Love Live collab, and I don't know, it just didn't really grab me. It just didn't really grab me personally. All right, let's see. This one works with, okay, Grand Death, Can pay the cost. If I do deal 4 damage, choose one of my opponent's characters and they get minus 3,000. Yikes, wow. That's a big debuffer. Damn, okay. Okay. I could use Tabletop Simulator. That's probably how I'm gonna end up doing this, unless I can find another better way. But, yeah, definitely gonna have to, like, tinker with that some, just to really see how that's gonna work. Okay, let's see. So this one gets plus 1,000. Okay, if they're all Golden Wind. Okay, I see. Yeah, so that's just, like, big synergy with the whole rest of the set. Okay, so during my turn, if I put 2 cards from my hand in my waiting room when my battle opponent gets flipped over, or, you know, killed, I can do 2 additional damage. Okay, well that's not too bad. That's not super good, but that's not bad either. Alright, let's take a look at our sparkly boy here. Alright. Yeah, good old sparkly boy. Haven't been getting too lucky on, like, the cards that we've been getting in this, though. Or at least, you know, we haven't got anything, like, super crazy yet. But, you know, we've got 2 packs left, and then we still got the premium stuff, so who knows? Maybe that'll change. Maybe that'll change. Exactly, Nike. No, I definitely feel the same way. I definitely feel the same. And it's not that it doesn't still exist. I'm not gonna name it because I don't want to potentially risk getting them in any more trouble. It does still exist, it's just limited to, like, their Discord community, so it's not, like, put out there publicly anymore, if that makes sense. So I could technically still use it, probably for a stream, but again, I wouldn't want to risk getting them in any more trouble. So, it's what, laser paper? I don't know actually. Okay, but this is an assist. Okay, that's a pretty high level assist though for a level 2. Damn, okay. Yeah, and then all my level 3 or higher characters in front of this card get plus 2,000. Oh, damn, alright. So if I had, like, 2 of these in my back line and I had level 3s in my front line, then that middle one would get plus 4,000, because that counts as being in front of both of those. That's cool. Okay. That's pretty strong. If I could get another one of those, that would actually be really nice. Okay, let's see. Alright, second to last pack in this box. We still have some other stuff to open after this, but second to last pack in this box. Let's see if we can get anything good. Anything good, or at least cool to look at. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay. Another new uncommon. Oh, it's a memory card. Okay. This one goes in memory. When I level up, if this card is in my memory, put it in my waiting room. Okay. Beginning of my main phase, if this is in my memory, choose up to 2 cards in my waiting room. Put them in any order into my stock, and all of them get, oh, Passione until end of turn. I don't know what Passione is, but I feel like I need to go find that out after this. Alright, let's see. Also another new uncommon. Okay, all my other gold ones get plus 500. Reveal 1. Okay, okay, so if we have 6 bullet cards, I can reveal 1. Put a face up. Okay. Draw a card, choose a card in my hand. Okay, got it, got it. If I'm level 1 or higher, choose up to 5 of them. Okay, markers underneath this card and put them in separate positions on stage. Oh, wow, okay. Okay, so this one seems pretty important if I wanted to go with the bullet strat. Okay, let's see. And this one is another basic climax card, but here is our sparkly boy from this pack. Another double rare. I would assume because it's a level 3. Let's see. Get up to 3 cards from the top of the deck. Choose up to 1 among them and put it in my hand. Okay. Put 2 cards in my hand from my waiting room. When this card attacks, I can pay the cost if I do deal an additional damage. Okay, okay. So it's not anything too special as far as like ability stuff, so. But it is a level 3. Passione. You know, just some good old Italian. No big deal, right? But yeah, I don't know what that effect means. Rather, I haven't seen a card yet explaining that effect, so that'll be something that I have to look up. You know, if I end up getting more than one of those, if I only get one of those, then it doesn't really make sense to, you know, try to really use that in a set. Unless it's really good. Because it could be really good. Do I think it's gonna be? No. But it could be. Alright, let's see. Clean up some trash here for a bit. Let's see here. Okay. Let's see what we got in our last pack from this box here. Alright. Okay. Okay, we've seen this one. Okay, we've seen this one before. Nice, okay. Okay, so the bullets are uncommons. Oh, this one looks... Oh! Oh my god! Oh my god! Yo! Holy shit! Look at that! Let's go! Wow! Okay! Well, now I get to show you guys a sign card! Hell yeah! That's awesome! Oh my gosh! Wow! That's so cool! I was not expecting to get a signed card. Oh my gosh! Wow! That looks so cool! Oh man! Okay, that's... Wow. Wow! Couldn't tell it was signed at first. Yeah, you know, working with this camera some, and I can only see like certain bits of it. So I really have to like look off to the side here to make sure I can show you guys things properly. But yeah, wow! Is it an actual signature from whom? Usually for signed cards, it is the voice actor of the character that's on it. So this would be from Fugo's voice actor from the, you know, from part 5 of the anime. Damn, that's cool! Oh my gosh! Okay, well, you know what? Whatever we get from here, we've already won. Do what you must, Luck. I have already won. $66? I mean, hey, that's more than I paid for the booster box already, so... So we take those. We take those. Oh my gosh, still, wow, that's so cool. That's so cool. Oh, that's awesome. Wow, okay, okay. Well, that was a more successful booster box than I thought. Kind of glad I saved that particular pack for last. I paid less than 66 bucks for that entire booster box. That's wild. Yeah, you know, shout outs to BCW. They were having a sale, so I picked up some cards. Not sponsored, by the way. Not that I wouldn't love to be sponsored by BCW someday. That'd be crazy. Okay, so we've got 3 premium booster boxes here, plus some random Persona. But let's get real. Like, Personas are stands, right? Anyway, so which one do you think we should do next? Am I going to sell it? Probably not. What's BCW? It is a place online where I get like a lot of like my card supplies and stuff like that, and it's where I bought my cards. So yeah. Yeah, I usually get like a lot of stuff, like my, like my long boxes that I store my cards in, my sleeves, and all that other stuff. That's pretty much my one-stop shop for them. But yeah, no, I don't think I'm gonna sell it. I don't think so. At least not right now. At least not now. I might just kind of like get it graded and just kind of have it, maybe. That might be cool. Middle one? Part 6? Okay. Alright, I'm good with that. Okay, so these are premium boosters. There's usually... Okay, 3 cards per pack and 6 cards per box. This is what I mean about, like, premium boosters just kind of being bleh. As far as, like, the value that you get for what you're buying. I definitely don't like this as a direction that the company has gone in with sets. I understand the want to make more money, because that's capitalism for you, but I'm not a big fan of that, not gonna lie. But okay, so basically, there are some like super rare like hot stamped ones in here. There's supposed to be 1 like hot stamped per pack, I think. Yeah, there's supposed to be a hot stamped one per pack. But then, of course, there are some that are rarer than others. So, okay, yeah, let's just go through these real quick and just see what we get, I suppose. Feel the card to see what it feels like and then put it back in a wrapper. Yeah, honestly, I like doing that, but I guess like to keep things like looking nice and things like that, I try to like do things like wear gloves or like put my fingers on cards as little as possible. Just because I like to keep things looking nice. That's just what I like to do. Okay, let's see. Alright, so if I have 5 or more stand users or stand characters, choose 1 character in battle, and that one gets the following ability till end of turn. This card can't deal damage to a player. Interesting. So then I choose one of my characters. Okay. That character gets plus 3,000 till end of turn. Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh. Alright, let's see. And this one. Okay, so choose 1 character, return to their hand. Okay, so this bounces something from your opponent. Yep. I agree. I agree with that completely, Nader. I feel like, I could get into like a whole like big rant about this, but I won't for obvious reasons. But I feel like a lot of like late stage capitalism stuff that we're experiencing right now is just like anti-consumer stuff. And that's why I'm really not keen on, on stuff like getting a Switch 2, even if that stuff is like super hot right now and might get me more views. I'm not too keen on that. I don't like what they're doing over there. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's see. So place on stage from your hand. If your opponent's memory has 4 or more cards, they choose 3 of them in their memory, put all of them... Okay, wait. Oh, okay. Okay. So basically it gets rid of some of their memory if they have some. Interesting. Okay, that's cool. Yo. Ooh. Okay, I like that. This is not signed. This is hot stamped. But still, that looks cool. Wow, okay. I like what I'm seeing here. With the, I really felt like with the HoloLive, I really felt with like the HoloLive premium boosters, I feel like you just had like a big like HoloLive stamp in the middle, and it really like got in the way of the art and stuff like that. I feel like this is like quite a bit cleaner than that. I like this a lot. I like the way this looks. Okay, let's go ahead and put this in a sleeve, and then let's read what it does. What's hot stamped? This like, let's see, hold on. Can I show it properly here? Yeah, do you see like that gold writing right there? That is actually hot stamped instead of, you know, done the same way as the sign card. So that is different. And, I can actually like feel it a little bit. It's a little bit like raised. $16.50 for this? Seriously? Yo, hold up. Okay, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to take a look at some of these, I guess. I mean, if it's a good card, I don't want to get rid of it, but okay. Yeah, sorry about that. Just like with particularly being able to show like the way that some of these work, I have to really like finagle the angle a little bit. It'd have to be mint condition, but yeah. Gotcha. I mean, it should be. Like I said, I take really good care to keep stuff looking nice. Alright, let's see. So if you put top card, okay, put one card from your hand into your clock. Okay, so you take damage doing that, so it's better have a good ability. When it's placed in a stage from your hand, you can pay the cost. If you do, look at up to 6 cards from the top of my deck. Choose up to 2 stand users or stand characters from among them. Okay. Reveal them to your opponent, put them in your hand, and then put the rest in your waiting room. Interesting. Okay. Okay, gotcha. I see. Okay. What's the back look like? Oh, the backs are pretty basic, I want to say. I'm trying to, there we go. Yeah, it's just basic backs. That's the same as the back for all of them. Like the backs for all of them look the same. But, you know, if you had them look differently, then you couldn't really like use them as far as like in actual like battles and stuff like that. Because then you'd be able to tell, you know, which card, you'd be able to tell cards apart when they're face down. You shouldn't be able to do that. So it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. At least I think it does. But yeah, no, of course I'm putting sleeves on them. Like I said, I really like to keep my stuff looking nice. That is something that is important to me. Yeah, you'd be like, oh yeah, a rare one's coming. Exactly. Or if like different, if like in cases like this where you can really like mix and match like the different JoJo parts, you'd be like, oh, this is a part 6 card. I need to probably watch for that one. So it would give your opponent the ability to like be able to predict cards and stuff like that. So I completely understand why the backs are all the same. It makes perfect sense. Okay, this is a backup one. Okay, all right. Very easy to understand, at least for me. Okay, so if a climax card with a particular trigger icon is there, all right, then this card and all my zones get, oh, interesting. Okay, I'm gonna have to look at the different trigger icons to see what exactly that does. But that's interesting. I haven't seen something that works off of a particular trigger type before. But also, trigger, I hardly know her. Anyway. Okay, so then you put this one at the bottom of your deck. Choose one of your stand users or stand characters and they get plus 3,500. Okay, so it's a booster. Interesting. Alright, let's see what we got for this one. Ooh, okay. I actually like the way that they're doing the hot stamps on this one. There you go. Should be able to see it really well like that. Yeah, it doesn't get in the way of the art or anything. Like I felt like the HoloLive stamps did. And then, yeah, it's just like a really nice accent. That's cool. Okay. Alright, let's get this one in a sleeve, and we'll read what it does. Okay, let's see. Come on. Come on, sleeve. Work with me here, please. Pretty please. I said work with me, damn it. Stupid sleeve! You made me look bad! Booga booga booga! Anyway, okay. Alright, let's see here. So it gets plus 2,500 power for each stand user. Okay, in your backstage. Okay, okay. I was about to say, if it gets plus 2,500 for all of them, that's crazy. But no, it's only up to 2. Okay, so that's not so bad. Alright, let's see. It works with a particular climax card. Okay. Wait, okay, wait. So it gets the following ability until the end of your opponent's turn. All of your opponent's characters in all of their zones lose all of their card names and do not get any card names. So it just wipes their card names? That's crazy. That's interesting. I wonder what that does. The has to have like some kind of effect to work around. I just don't know what it is yet. I've never seen a card do that before. That's interesting. Return the sleeve. True, true. Oh my gosh. All right. Okay, let's see. So I really want to keep this looking okay. So I've got plenty of room in here, so I'm just going to open it the rest of the way with this. There we go. Okay. But yeah, got plenty of room in there, didn't even touch the cards. That's the only reason I would have ever done that. I hate using scissors on these. Okay. Alright, let's see. Father Poochie. Oh, it's a good little Poochie. Sorry. Anyway, okay, let's see. Okay. Put one stand user or stand character from my hand in my waiting room. Okay, let's see. Search for Donatello versus NW or Rage Against Society, Ongalo, or Rikiel. Okay, so basically looking for minions. Gotcha. It's a call for help. Gotcha. Okay. Okay, let's see. We got a climax card. That's really cool art on it, but it is a very basic climax card. And then this one. Oh, hello. Okay. That, let's see. There we go. There you go. Now you can see the hot stamping on that. That looks nice. That looks nice. And this is actually like a hot stamped version of one of the first cards that we got from the first pack. So, hey, cool. Very nice. Okay. Okay. So this is interesting because I actually have a friend that plays using memory cards a lot. So I wonder if I can get like another, like maybe like 1 or 2 of these. If I can do this and just like really just kind of screw with their whole mechanic there. Not gonna lie, that'd be pretty funny. That'd be pretty damn funny. Okay, let's see. Although now that I'm thinking about it, I think it's very rare for them to actually have like 4 in their memory. Almost impossible, actually. So, maybe it wouldn't be so good. But for people that are like heavily reliant on that, that could be really good. Okay, let's see. Thunder McQueen. You guys seeing this? You guys seeing this name? Thunder McQueen? Really? Really? Ripping off the king? Dang. Copyright lawyers about to go ka-chow on their asses. Okay, when this card becomes reversed, if the level of this card's battle opponent is higher than your opponent's level, okay, put that character in your opponent's stock. Oh my gosh, okay. That's funny. Okay. Okay, alright, let's see here. What do we have? Okay. Your climax is placed in your climax area. This card gets plus 3,000 until end of turn. Okay. When this card attacks, you can pay the cost. If you do during that, perform a trigger check 2 times on the trigger stack. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Huh. Okay, interesting. Yo. Okay, hold up. Hold up. That looks sick. I'm not gonna lie. That looks really sick. That's so cool. That is a cool looking card. And I don't even mean just the hot stamping. I mean just like the general shine to like the water effect back here. I love that. That is so cool. Dang. That is a cool looking card. Alright, let's pop that in a sleeve here and take a look at it. Take a look at what it does. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay, so first off, if you have 3 or more other characters, it gets plus 2,000. That's just permanent. So that's, okay, that's cool. So if you have a full board, it really works in your favor there, which is great. When this card is placed on the stage from your hand or, oh, so it can be brought in by another card. Okay, I do like that. I do like that. And it's also a healer because it puts the top card of your clock in your waiting room, which your clock is pretty much like your health bar. I'll explain that in more detail once I actually, you know, do the stream explaining to you guys how to play the game. Okay, and then let's see. Experience. I don't think I've seen that effect before. Let's see. Put 2 cards from your hand into your waiting room. Okay. At the end of this card's attack, if will that connects hope is in your climax area. Okay, so I have to have a particular one. Okay. Total level of the cards in your level is 6 or higher. Okay. Then I can pay the cost. If I do deal 4 damage, if the character facing this is reversed, then deal an additional 1. Okay. Okay. Neat. Okay. Okay. So this is basically like a... It does more when you're on the ropes, which is cool. I like that. It's kind of a... It's a bit of a comeback mechanic, which is very cool. I do like those. I also think that's one thing that I really like about, like, Weiss as a game, is that, the way that, like, the level up system and things like that work, it really makes it, like, peak for, like, comeback mechanics. Like, it's never just, like, a safe win. Because at any point, especially if your opponent is leveling up and you're not, like, because you're beating their ass, they could just whip out some super strong stuff just immediately and just beat you to death. So, you know, I think that makes it really fun, honestly. Alright, let's see. Okay, so put 1 climax hand from your hand into your waiting room. Okay. When this card's placed on stage from your hand, you can pay the cost. If you do, okay, choose 1 from my waiting room and turn it to my hand. Wait, why though? I guess if I just don't have the right one and I want a different one? I can see that. I can see that. $15 on TCG Player. I don't know if I'm selling these though. Like, I really need to decide on, like, once I go through all these cards, I really need to decide on, like, what I think I can make a deck out of and what I would actually want to maybe get rid of. So that's something I would have to, like, decide on first. Okay, let's see. Okay, all opponents' characters get encore. Okay, okay. When this card's placed, let's see, if your opponent has 1 or less character in their center stage, you can pay the cost. Oh, choose 1 cost 0 or lower character in their center stage and put it at the bottom of the deck. Interesting. Okay. That's funny. So if they only have 1 character there and it costs 0, you can just grab it and just put it at the bottom of their deck. Okay, okay, this one looks cool too. Hold up, let me get a good angle on this. There we go. There we go. That looks nice. As much as I hate premium boosters, I really gotta admit, they make these cards look really sick. They make these look super cool. Alright, let's see. Let's go ahead and do our usual. Pop that into a sleeve and we'll see what it actually does. Yeah, you're not the only one that's been checking, Dave. Which again, like I said, I'm not sure if I'm actually even gonna sell any of these. We'll see. We'll see. I tend to be a bit of a hoarder when when I'm grabbing stuff like this. It's mostly because, like I said, it's something I'm legitimately interested in. I would like to eventually, like, build a deck out of, like, my Jojo cards that I get, but we'll have to see. I'll probably have to grab some singles to actually make it work. Okay, let's see. So if I have another stand user or stand character, it gets plus 1500. Okay, so it can be, like, up to, like, a 3k, 0-0. That's pretty strong. Okay, let's see. Okay, then I can search deck for one, reveal it to my opponent, put it in my hand, and then shuffle my deck again. Oh, okay. That's cool. That's cool. So I can basically, whenever I bring it in. More to know how valuable they are? Yeah, fair enough. How much do these cost? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like, one of those, the ones that have been checked at least, one of those has been enough to pay for this booster pack, so there's that at least. That kind of stuff can be fun to look at, but I don't know. Like I said, as far as whether or not I'd actually sell them, I don't know. Okay, let's see. My stock has 3 or less. This gets plus 1000 and plus 15 power. Okay, got it. Okay, so it rewards me for having a low stock, which I probably would at the start of a game anyway, so that makes sense. That's cool. Okay, let's see. Look at up to 4 cards from the top of my deck. Choose one. Reveal it, put it in my hand, and put the rest in my waiting room. Okay. So if I wanted to search for stuff, that's cool. That makes sense. Oh, interesting. Okay, hold up. So what I'm seeing here is that our last hot stamped one is a climax card. Okay, so I'm interested to see how that's gonna go. That is that's a pretty basic one. Let's see. All right, let's have it. Oh, wow. Oh, that looks cool. Look at that. Damn. That's really cool. Again, like I said, I really like how the hot stamping is, like, out of the way of the actual art. And I love, like, the, just, like, the purple lines coming off in the background. It just adds a little bit more depth to it. I think that looks really cool. Very fancy. Yes, very much so. You only know how to play one TCG? Which one is that? Out of curiosity. Because I've learned quite a few over the years. I do just kind of like TCGs in general, to be honest. I just think they're fun. I do think they're fun. But as far as, like, actively playing now, I'm really just only actively playing Weiss. But yeah, okay, so that was the part 6 premium booster box. Very cool. I really like the look of, like, the hot stamp cards that they had in those. Those are very cool. Very nicely done. I think the Hololive ones had been my first premium booster experience, so probably not the best one to start on, because I don't think that those ones were done super well, especially not from, like, the first set. They were probably done better on the second one, but yeah, the first one was, in terms of, like, the art and stuff that they used, I felt they went kind of weak on that. Is that a bird knight on a horse stand? It is. Okay, I could get into what exactly Poochie's stand is supposed to be, but I feel like I'd be here for a while if I did that, so maybe I'll skip that this time around. In the meantime, while I take a drink of water, why don't you guys decide if you want to do part 3 or if you want to do Persona 3 next? Because I do have to get me a little water. I'm a little bit parched. I am a thirsty burb. Let's keep it JoJo? Hey, I'm down with that. I'm down with that. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and get into this one then. Oh, the One Piece TCG. Okay, that's one that I've never actually tried. I know I very briefly tried like the Dragon Ball Z TCG that they came out with over here in the States. I briefly tried that one out, and that one didn't really stick with me. I think I still have some of the cards from it around here someplace, though. Alright. Okay. I think we've got kind of the same kind of deal here with this one as we did with the previous one. Yep. So 3 cards per pack, 2 normal and 1 hot stamped each. Okay. Alright. Well, let's see what we get then. Can I open this box properly without completely screwing the whole thing up? Yes, I can, but just barely. Hell yeah. Okay. Like, do the boxes matter? No, but at the same time, it just feels bad to just completely ruin them trying to get stuff out, you know? Okay, let's just go down the line here and see what we got in this one. Super simple to get into. Is that right? That's cool. That's cool. All right, let's see what we got here. There we go. Ooh. That seal there was something else. Very springy, like, pack material. It did not want to give way. Okay, wow, okay. So that's an 11,000 right out the gate. Okay, interesting, interesting. So if my waiting room has 2 or less climax cards, it gets -1 level when it's in my hand. Oh, so I could actually play it at level 2. Interesting, okay, okay. If I don't have another stand user or stand character, this cannot, okay. Alright. So I have to have other stand users. I mean, that makes sense, it makes sense. Let's see. Place on stage from your hand. You can choose 1 stand user or 1 stand character in my clock and put it at the bottom of my deck. Okay, so it's a healer too. Okay, gotcha. Cool. Very cool. Alright. Okay, let's see. Whoa! Okay, hold up. During my turn, if all of my characters are stand users or stands, this gets plus 6,000. I mean, I know it's only during my turn, so it's not like that broken, but still, holy crap. Okay, that's kind of strong. Alright, let's see. Put 1 from my hand into my waiting room, and then put this one into my memory. Oh. Okay, so when this card becomes, reversed in combat, can pay that cost. If I do at the beginning of my next draw phase, choose 1 Creation of Flames, okay, in my memory, and then put it in any position on my stage. Oh my gosh, okay, so if I have a bunch of these, I can pretty much just be, like, switching them back in as they get killed. That's so funny. Oh my gosh. That would get so annoying, I feel like. Not for me, but that would get very annoying, I feel like. Alright, let's see what our hot stamp looks like. Ooh, okay. Alright, let me get that a little bit closer here so you can see that better. Like I said, I do like how it doesn't get in the way of the stand art. That is super cool. Nice. Okay, let's see. What does Geb's Indul do? Let's go ahead and slap that in a sleeve and then we'll take a look. Sounds like something you should do. It does. It does. But I also wonder how many of those I'm gonna get from, you know, just one of these premium booster boxes. I might have to go singles for that one. I very well might. Come on, there we go. Okay. Alright. Especially since, if I look at it, let's see. It's a N rarity, which I have no idea what that means. Oh, how do I make my sprite talk when I do? I use VTubers. Pretty much is what, you know, a lot of like PNG tubers use. And then I just set like different images for when I'm talking and when I'm not, and it picks up my microphone activity. It's actually super simple. And VTubers is also a free program, so yeah, very easy. No, that's okay, Space Runner. You don't have to let people know that you're leaving. It's okay. People got other things to do. I totally understand. But yeah, like I said, it's actually really, really easy to use. Alright, let's see here. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into our next pack here. Oh, that did not quite open the way that I needed it to. Viado. Like V-E-A-D-O tube. Okay, let's see. There we go. Let's get that a little bit more open with our scissors here. I do like that there's so much room in between like the pack and the cards themselves, so that way I can actually get in there with scissors if I need to. I don't like it, but you know. But yeah, no problem, Mole. No problem. I hope you get some good rest. Okay, let's see. So this one. Pull all cards from your hand into your waiting room. Draw X amount of cards. Okay. Equal to the number of cards that I put into my waiting room by this effect, a +1. Oh, okay. Okay, okay, I see. So it just cycles your hand if you didn't get a good hand. That makes sense, that makes sense. Okay, alright, let's see. Put this one in my memory, okay. At the beginning of your opponent's attack phase, you pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your other characters and return it to your hand. Huh, okay, okay, so if something gets like... If something gets yeeted, I can actually use this to bring it back. That's cool. Okay. Alright, let's see. There we go. There we go. We got a Jotaro. Hell yeah. I like the background for the foil too. I'm not sure how well you guys can see that, but it's almost like a diamond pattern. There you go. I think you can see it kind of there. It's always hard to show stuff like this on stream and get it like looking proper. But you can kind of see like the diamonds pattern like over in here. That's what I'm trying to show at least. Yeah, that's cool. But are they unbreakable? True. That's good. That's good. And this is a backup card. Okay. Okay, so I know exactly what that does immediately. You guys probably don't, but I do. But yeah, basically, like when one of your characters that's on your stage right then is getting attacked, you can basically play this to, you know, give an additional like attack boost, so you can defend yourself better. So, like if somebody's trying to pick off somebody a little bit weaker than them, you can use this and it'll turn the tables there. So, that's cool. That's cool. I like backup cards. They're fun. They're fun. Alright, let's get into our next one here then, shall we? Okay, let's see. But yeah, if you're curious about that, Nader, I can post like a link to it on the Discord later. Like after I'm done here. Oh, hell yeah, okay. Oh, that's a new mechanic there. Alright, let's see here. Alright, so first of all, during your turn, if your hand has 5 or more cards, it gets plus 2,000 power. Okay, okay. At the beginning of the opponent's draw phase, wager your soul in a game. Okay. Reveal top card of my deck. If it's level 1 or higher, I can return this card to my hand. Otherwise, put this one in my waiting room. Okay, okay. So I can just, you know, yeet this out into either my hand or my waiting room. But I'm taking a risk on where it's gonna go. Interesting, interesting. But at least early game, that's a pretty strong card to have out, at least during your turn. And then when it's not your turn, you can just bounce it back. That's fun. That's fun. I like that. Okay. Alright, let's see here. Okay. During this card's battle, can't play events or backup from my hand. Okay. Well, I mean, it's a 4,000/0/0. That's pretty strong. When this card's battle opponent becomes reversed, put that card into your opponent's memory. Oh my gosh, okay. That's crazy, actually. That's actually crazy. This isn't gonna, like, work with, like, actual strong cards, or, like, probably a lot of meaningful cards that your opponent's gonna have. But if you put it into memory, and they don't have any way to pull stuff out of that, it's just stuck there forever. So that's kind of crazy, actually. All right. All right. There we go. There we go. Now we got ourselves a climax hot stamped. That's cool. That looks sick. I like that one. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. Okay, hold up. Like, my chat here is not updating. Hold on just a second. I gotta... Hold on. Give me just a moment. Give me just a moment. Okay. Okay, there we go. Hey, Whizzles, good to see ya. It does look cool as hell. It really does. Like, a lot of climax cards are like very basic in like what they do. So I don't think it's really important to read this. But yeah, sorry about that, people. I have my phone like in front of me with my chat up, and it just stopped updating. So yeah, that's oops. So it's basically a trap card. Yes. Backups are very similar to trap cards, I would say. Except they all have like a pretty, you know, pretty much the same kind of mechanic. So yeah, they all work like pretty much the same across sets. And yeah. So they're easier to understand, a little bit less complex, but it is still that same kind of effect. Alright, let's see. Like, see? This one's a backup too. It says it in bold every time it is. So there's like level 1 and level 2 backups. Level 1s usually give like either 1,500 or 2,000, and level 2s usually give like 3,000 or something like that. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, alright. That one is very easy to understand, at least for me. But yeah, that Jojo Climax Rare is super cool. Okay, alright, let's see here. If the character facing this card is cost 0 or lower, this card cannot die from it. Okay, I see. Gets plus 1,000 power for each marker under it. Okay, so what do we put as markers? Let's see. When this card attacks, if all of your characters are stand users or stands, you can look at the top card of your deck. If you do, put that under... Okay. Interesting. Okay. Let's see what we got for this one. Oh, hold up. That's like... Damn, that looks sick. Okay, hold on. Let me get a good angle on this. There we go. Damn, that looks crazy. At least when I first pulled it out of the pack, like this bit here looked kind of like rainbowy. I don't know if it still does or if I'm like crazy. I might be crazy. I very well could be. But yeah, that one looks sick. Hell yeah. Okay. Alright. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and do our usual. Slap that into a sleeve and see what it actually does. There we go. Easy peasy. There we go. Okay. There we go. Carefully. Okay. Alright, let's see. When our other stand users or a stand character attacks, this one gets, okay, plus 1,000 until end of turn. Okay. Okay, gotcha. Then I have to put one from my hand into my waiting room. When this is placed on stage from my hand, I pay that cost. If I do, choose one, cost 1 or lower. Okay, in my opponent's center stage and then put it in their waiting room. Okay. So I get to pay a small cost to bounce an opponent card. I mean, that's cool. I don't see anything wrong with that. That's a pretty small cost for that, too. Cool. Okay. Alright, so we got 2 more left in this booster box, and then we got our Persona 3 one. And then, let's see, it's only 6 o'clock. Yeah, I think I can show the other thing, maybe. I don't think the rest of what we got is gonna take that long. Okay, let's see. Alright. Alright, so, oh wow, lot of text. Mucho texto. Okay, let's see. So we put one stand user from our stage into our waiting room. Okay. We pay that cost. We put the top card of our clock into our stock. Okay, so it's a healer. That's a healer. I like that. Okay. Okay, and then we need a particular climax card. Okay. And we don't have another character in my center stage. This gets plus 11,000 power. What? I guess the following ability till end of turn. Okay, so put 2 Star of Hope, Jojo, and Star Platinum from my hand into my waiting room. And put 4 cards from my hand into my waiting room. Okay. So at the end of this card's attack, you pay that cost. If you do, I deal 1 damage 7 times. Wow. Okay. So 1 damage 7 times is kind of huge. Because the more damage you do at a time, the easier it is for it to get negated or blocked. So doing 1 damage 7 times? Wow. That's a hell of a comeback mechanic card there. Wow, okay. That's kind of nutty. That's kind of nutty. Very cool looking climax card there. Very basic ability, but it looks super cool. So hey, we take those. And then let's see. Oh, we got another climax rare. Oh my gosh. Damn, okay. That's cool. That's so cool. Oh my gosh. Wow, I love that. I love that so much. That's actually so sick. That's really cool. Damn. So I don't know if it's completely right, but you got the, you know, Oras from Jotaro from this end, and then I believe this is the Mudas from Dio on this end. So it's really just, you know, yeah, okay, that's what I thought it was, but I wasn't too sure on my reading there, but that's so cool. That's actually so sick. I love that. I love that. That's awesome. See, that's that kind of effect done right. I love that, actually. See, that kind of stuff really is, like, for the fans, so to speak. I love that kind of thing. That is so cool. Alright, so we got our last one of the box. Okay, let's see here. Alright. Okay, let's see. What does this one do? During my turn, it gets plus 6,000. Okay, sure. Alright. And then it also gets Encore, too. Okay. Understandable, but damn. 9,500 during my turn? That's insane. Okay, wow. Alright. Okay. Oh, and then we get to wager our soul in a game again. Okay. When this is placed on stage from my hand, I can pay the cost of 1 card. Okay. Shuffle my deck, reveal the top card of my deck. If it's a stand user or stand character, choose 1 character in my waiting room, return to my hand, and this card gets plus 3,000 till the end of my turn. That's only once? But that's still pretty big for a cost 0, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you're taking a risk with it, so it's not guaranteed you're gonna get that ability, but that's still pretty cool. Alright, let's see what we got for our last hot stamp here. Ah! No way, dude. No, not that. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, I'm not even gonna try to imitate that sound because I will get tongue-tied. No pun there intended, but just... Oh, that's funny. Okay, alright. Oh my gosh. Please do. Maybe later. Maybe later. Not right now, though. Alright, let's do our usual. Get that into a sleeve here. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Of all the cards to be hot stamped, honestly, after they did the previous one, I should have expected something like this. Okay, let's see. Alright, so when it's placed on stage from my hand, look it up to 2 cards from the top of my deck, put them, okay. And I can rearrange them on the top of my deck. Okay, okay. Put 1 card from my hand to my waiting room. When this is placed on stage from my hand, I can pay that cost. Okay. If I do choose 1 in my waiting room, return it to my hand, choose 1 of my other stand user or stand characters, and they get a boost until end of turn. Okay. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Still, just God. The hot stamping, man. That's crazy. Hey, Deucets. No problem. Thanks for stopping in. It is good to see ya. Okay, so we've got our persona left, and then the other mystery thing that I do think I'm gonna have time to do because this is not gonna take long. So okay, what I'm gonna do real quick is I have a couple pills I need to take, so I'm going to throw my BRB screen on, do that, clean up a little bit of this trash, and then I'll be right back. And give me like 2 minutes. If you don't mind, please and thank you. Okay, I'm about done. Hope you guys are ready to get back. Okay, welcome back. Hello. Sorry about that. Okay. Pills are taken. Mess is cleaned up. Let me grab just a couple more sleeves here. For our, let's see, this is our last premium booster box, but then again, I have, one more thing that that I'm keen to show you guys. Let me see here. Let me refresh my chat here on my end here. There we go. Okay, okay. For some reason, my chat on my phone that I have up, it really likes to keep like freezing and stuff like that. Or just disappearing altogether, so I have to refresh it sometimes, I guess. I just need to remember that. But alright, let's go ahead and get into our Persona 3 reload here. And this is pretty much like same kind of format. Oh, but these have 4 cards per pack. Interesting. Okay, so they have 3 normal ones and a hot stamped in them. So I actually get more cards in this one than you do in the JoJo ones. Interesting. Interesting. I wonder why that is. Alright, let's see. Oh, they actually have like metallic here on the inside of the box. I wonder why. That's so extra. Alright, okay. Let's go ahead and get right into this and see what we got. Alright. Okay, here we go. Yep. That's so Persona. I know, right? It really is. It really is. I haven't played Reload, but I did play the original Persona 3. So who knows? Maybe I'll have to play Reload sometime. I've heard it's like really good and adds like a lot of like nice quality of life stuff that you would expect from like the later Persona games. But let's see what the cards are like. Alright, let's see. Alright, if this is in the middle position, it gets +1 soul. Okay, so it does +1 damage. Alright. Okay, let's see. This card is placed on the stage from your hand. You can pay the cost. Okay. If you do search, okay, search your deck. Okay, so it's a deck searcher. Got it. Okay, okay. I'm going to put these out of the way here. There, so we can put these here. Okay. Yo, 3-1? Interesting. Okay. Opponent puts all of their stock into their waiting room. Oh my gosh. And then puts the same number of cards from the top of their deck into their stock. Oh, that's crazy. So it just like cycles out their stock for cards that they can't get a hold of. That's interesting. That's interesting. Then choose one of your reload characters and that character gets +5,000 power until end of turn. That's, okay, that's interesting. That's an interesting mechanic. I like that. I like that. Okay, let's see. Okay. So at the beginning of your opponent's attack phase, put the top card of your deck in your waiting room. If it's a reload, magic, or weapon character, you can move this card to an open position. Okay. This is like a backup card though, because if you get like a, 500 power, that one's supposed to go on your back line. So okay, alarm. If this card is the top of my deck, and you have 4 or more reload, magic, or weapon characters at the beginning of our climax phase, okay. Drop the 2 cards, choose 2 cards in your hand, and then put them in your waiting room. Interesting. Okay, so you can cycle some cards. Alright, let's see what this... Whoa, okay. Not quite as cool. Not quite as cool as like the JoJo hot stamps, but this is... Wow, that's clean. That's clean as hell. I love the metallic on it, especially since it gets kind of rainbowy, depending on like what, what kind of tilt you have on it. That's neat. I don't think that's as cool, but it's clean as hell. The good boy. Yes, the best boy. Love Koromaru. He's great. Iridescent. Yeah, kind of. It kind of is, yeah. Alright, let's slap this in a... Hello? 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 Why aren't you working with me here? What are you doing? What is going on? Hello? Do I have the wrong way? I do have the wrong way. How? I pulled them straight out of the pack. What do you mean? I feel like the pack of sleeves is trolling me here. How do I give people the ability to use emotes? Well, that is because I'm YouTube partner, so I have emote slots for people that are members. So that's how, some people are able to use them and how people aren't. Or how some people aren't. And, yeah, as for mods, I pick those myself. Alright, let's see. Let's go with the next one then. Are there cats also? Well, kind of. Basically like the main sidekick character in Persona 5. He'll claim he's not a cat, but let's get real, he's a cat. Alright, let's see. Let's get into our next one here. Okay. Alright. So put 1 climax card from my hand into my waiting room. Okay. If I do choose one in my waiting room, return to my hand. Okay, so just cycling through if I don't have the right ones. A lot of Yukari cards here. That's unfortunate. Where's the Mitsuru? Alright, let's see. Okay, so this works with the There You Have It climax card. Okay. Alright. If I have that, all my characters are reload. I can pay cost, so put 2 cards from my hand into my waiting room. Alright. Deal either 2 or 4 damage to my opponent. Interesting. So I can just choose which one. Then choose up to one card in your opponent's waiting room, put it to the top of their deck, and then this card gets plus 3,000. Huh. Okay. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's pretty strong, I'm not gonna lie. Gotta be laser paper? You think so? Like I said, I wouldn't really know about that kind of thing myself, so you know, more than happy to defer to somebody else that does know more about it than I do. Still super cool though. Okay, so let's see. Alright, so choose one of your opponent's characters. Can't move to another position in stage. Okay. This card gets flipped. The level of this card's battle opponent is higher than your opponent's level. You can put that card into your memory. Oh my god. Yeah, okay, so that's the same kind of deal as one of the cards that we saw in the Jojo set, where it's just, if they don't have a way to retrieve cards from their memory, it's just gone forever. Oh, wow, okay. That looks clean as hell. Again, like, not as cool as, like, the hot stamping from the Jojo cards, but that is clean as hell. That looks very cool. That looks very cool. Alright, let's see. Let's go ahead and slap that in here. I do believe this one is flipped upside down because I got it out of the pack. And for some reason, the pack really wants to troll me. I don't know why it would do that. Terrible. Terrible. Love that guy's voice actor. Oh, Shinjiro's? Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. I don't remember who it is, but yeah, I remember his voice being pretty good. Okay, so this is an assist card. It goes in the back line. So all of my characters in front of this one get plus 2,000. Okay, let's see. If I pay cost, I can put the top card of my clock into my stock. Okay, so it's a healer too. That's good. That's good. Then I can look it up to 2 cards from the top of my deck and put them, okay, and yeah, basically shuffle them around. That's cool. Okay. That's a pretty good ability. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and get into next one here. I think just the unfortunate part about the Persona 3 Reload ones is I'm going to have to take a look, see if these would actually potentially go with my existing Persona 3 cards. Ideally, they should, and I think with there being like magic and like weapon types, I'm pretty sure those were in the existing Persona 3 set, but if not, that's really not great. But okay, normal standard climax card, okay. Got another Fuka. Okay, okay. I mean, you know, I like what she does, so that's cool to see her again. Alright, let's see. What does Junpei do? Oh, he works with memory, because of course he does. Well, people that have played Persona 3, if you know, you know. I'm not gonna explain that. Oh, man. Okay, okay. So when this card attacks, it gets plus power until the end of the turn, equal to the number of reload, magic, or weapon characters I have times 1,000. Makes sense. Okay, okay. Alright, and then... Oh, hey! Cool. Okay, so this is a shiny version of another card that we got earlier on. That just looks clean as hell. Honestly. Like, is it super impressive? No, but that's really clean. That still looks very cool. Super clean. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. There we go. And right into that sleeve. And I don't think I need to read what this one does because we, you know, we read it earlier. We read it earlier. Okay. Let's get on to the next pack then. Yeah, it is nice. It is. Alright. Oh, hey! Elizabeth. Okay, and she's a backup card. I already explained to you guys what she does, but yeah, she gives plus 2,500 power for her backup. So there you go. Okay. See, already explaining mechanics to you. Easy peasy. Alright. Let's see. Oh, nice. Okay, so yeah, this one works in tandem with Koromaru. Okay, so when this one is placed on stage for my hand, I search my deck for Koromaru, put it face up underneath this card as a marker, and then shuffle. Okay. Let's see. If I'm level 1 or higher, choose Koromaru marker under this card, put it in any position on my stage. And at the end of the turn, I can put that back face up underneath this card as a marker. That's so funny. So if I need to, I could just pull it out and then pull it back at the end of my turn. That's cool. That's cool. That's interesting. I like that. Okay, then let's see. Yeah, this is a support card. It definitely goes in the back at only 500 power. Okay. Choose one of my reload, magic, or weapon characters, and then that character gets plus 1,000 till end of turn. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, that's a pretty high cost to troll, but you know what? We take those. Okay. But yeah, what it does, you choose one of your opponent's characters, and then you just put it in rest position so it can't attack. That's kind of funny. Like I said, that seems like a high cost to troll, but it could be really worth it, I think. Alright, let's see what we got. Hey, more Fuka. Cool. Fuka fans be eating good right now. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, like I said, that looks super clean. I like that. Even the headphones are kind of like metallic-y. That's interesting. I like that a lot. Rude. Like I said, it's a pretty high cost to troll, but could be super worth it. I like that green. I know somebody else that would like all that green too. Anyway, alright, let's see what she does. What does she do? Okay. Alright, so when this card is placed, choose one of my either reload, magic, or weapon characters, and they get plus 2,000 until end of turn. Okay, so it's a booster. Makes sense. When this card attacks, all of your characters get the following ability until end of turn. When this card's trigger check reveals a climax card, you can pay our cost. Okay. If I do, choose one in my waiting room, return it to my hand. Oh. So that can bring back like a lot of cards that I had to put away, or that, you know, got killed in combat or whatever. All right, let's get into this next one here. There we go. Oh, I only got the corner. Okay. So we gotta break out our trusty scissors. Gonna have to. Always gotta be super careful with those though. Always gotta be super careful. But honestly, with like how few cards are in these packs, it's better to just cut the rest of the pack than try to, you know, pull it. Because that's where you get like, you know, bent edges and things like that. And we don't like that. We don't like that a bit. Okay. Chidori, okay. Okay, choose one character in your opponent's center stage, they get minus 500. Okay. Put this card in my memory. Okay, look up to 3 cards from the top of my deck, choose one from among them, reveal to my opponent, put it in my hand, put the rest in my waiting room. Okay. And then here we go. Here's a basic version of that Koromaru that we got earlier. So we already know what he does. Oh, dang, okay. Dang. All right. Well, that's pretty cool art. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see what he does here. Okay, top card of my clock into my waiting room. Okay, so it's a healer. That's great. Put 2 cards from my hand to my waiting room. Okay. When this card attacks, I can pay that cost. If I do, deal 2 additional damage. Choose 1 card in my opponent's waiting room, put it on top of their deck. Interesting. Okay, okay. So it basically like stalls out what they're trying to get, and then yeah. Yeah, and it can do more damage. So, not bad. Not bad. Not crazy, but not bad. Alright, let's see what our other one is here. Oh! Lots of Strega cards this pack. That's cool. That, like, green moon in the background there is so cool. So much green. We're getting a lot of green this pack. Or these past couple packs, actually. That looks kind of neat, though. Alright, let's go ahead and slap him in a sleeve. And then we'll see what he does. Easy peasy. Alright. Thread the needle. Easy peasy. Okay. I like that color. Yeah, me too. Me too. Me too. It's pretty neat looking. Okay. So when our other reload magic or weapon character attacks, okay. Card gets plus X power until end of turn. That's equal to the... Okay. Okay, so the number of reload magic or weapon characters I have times 500. Okay, okay. And then Encore. Okay, yeah, I got it. Okay, I know what that does. Okay, cool. Very cool. Alright, and then our last pack from this one, and then, like I said, I have something else to show you after this. Something else that's kind of cool that I got my hands on a while ago. I've been wanting to maybe unbox them on stream, but I hadn't decided yet if I wanted to. But since I'm already doing like card stuff this stream, I figured why not? Okay, let's see. Let me do our scissors here. There we go. Okay. There we go. That's enough. Okay. Ready for the surprise? Yeah, me too. Me too. All right. There we go, Junpei. Okay. List cards placed from stage. Okay. Choose 1 climax card from my waiting room, return it to my hand. Nice. Okay. When this card attacks, if I pay cost, it gets plus 2,000 power and following ability. When this card's battle opponent becomes reversed, you can deal 1 additional damage. Okay, well that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. I love the tagline here. It's reload, weapon, and God. Listen. Like I said, Nike, I don't like doing it, but with how few cards are in these packs, trying to like brute force it instead of like using some scissors there very carefully, it's more likely to get like bent cards and stuff like that, and I don't want that. I don't want that. I'm weighing my risks, I promise. This is not something I would normally do. There we go! There's a Mitsuru! Shame it's a climax card, but hey, that's cool. That's cool. Best waifu from Persona 3? Fight me? Alright, let's see. Well, this card is placed on stage from my hand. If I have other reload magic or weapon characters, it gains plus 2,000. Okay. When this card attacks, if the character facing this card is level 2, this card gets plus 6,000. Oh my gosh. What, so this can get up to 12,000? That's insane. That's insane. Yes, mommy! Honestly, same. Honestly, same. Alright, and then... Ooh, okay. That looks nice. I like that. Very cool. Yeah, like I said, definitely not quite as cool as, like, the hot stamping from the Jojo set and, like, the way that they went about that. I definitely feel that was better executed, but, like, the foil cards from this are clean as hell. They look really nice. They're very sleek and very neatly done. I mean, listen, unfortunately, they're infinitely better than the HoloLive hot stamping that they had on theirs. Those cards look huge. No, I just have tiny baby hands. I just have very tiny baby hands. You think you prefer this to hot stamping? Really? I mean, I can understand that. I can understand. Everybody's got their own personal preferences. But I just think that, like, the detailing that went into, like, the hot stamping of the JoJo's cards, I think that just really kind of elevates that for me. Favorite color is silver? Yes. Yes, it is. I've mentioned that before, actually. Gotta hop off? Hey, no problem. Good night, Fair. Good night. Thanks for stopping in. But yeah, like I said, I definitely think I prefer, like, just the detail on the hot stamping for the JoJo cards, but these ones do look super nice. Like, they're very clean. But yeah, definitely can understand the difference in opinion, because these do look super cool. Alright, okay, so, like I said, I teased a little bit that I had something else to show you guys. Let me clean up this mess here real quick. And, yeah, then we'll do that. Then we'll do that real quick. Yeah, Fuka's does look nice. I agree. I agree. Alright, let's see. So first of all, let's see if I can pull this out of this box properly. Oh my gosh, I'm dropping things. Amazing. Perfect. Okay. Okay. Alright, I might have to take a glove off to actually get this out of the box properly. I might have to. Let me do this real quick. Sorry. How does this go? First, I might need to. Oh, okay, I see. Sorry, having to do some non-glove stuff real quick. Okay, now I can do that. That's why I didn't want to open. I see now. I see. Okay. So first of all, non-glove stuff, Jesus Christ. Boo this man. But okay, so first of all, hello. Look at that. Doesn't that look nice? Doesn't that look cool? So apparently, there is a Godzilla TCG. Is that a moth? That is not just a moth. This is Mothra. My favorite kaiju. I love Mothra. And that's why we're also going to be looking at the Godzilla TCG, specifically the Godzilla and Mothra starter set. Camera got super dark. Okay, I think mine probably just white balanced some stuff. Let me do this real quick. Hold on. Bet you if I do that, it probably helps. But yeah, like I said, we got the Godzilla and Mothra starter deck. So very much looking forward to that. There is tape on either side here, so I'm gonna have to use some scissors with those real quick. And then, yeah, we'll just go through this real quick and take a quick look at it. I have no idea how the card game works. I'm gonna have to learn it for myself, but like... Okay, let's see here. Oh, interesting. This is a very interesting way for this box to open. Okay. Okay, alright. More scissors it is. Godzilla TCG, where did I get this? I saw it online. Saw it online, just like I do with a lot of things. Because that's where I live, on the internet. Okay, well I'm trying not to hurt this box here, but it's not making it easy for me. Okay, there we go. I figured out a way to do it. Okay, we open from the bottom. Yes, that's what we'll do. We will open this from the bottom. There we go. Okay. All right. Okay, but yeah, like I said, there's, you know, got like the whole, like, rule book and stuff like that here. Oh, hello. Oh, it comes with a booster pack. That's cool. Contains 6 alt art foil cards. Ooh. Ooh, that's cool. Okay. All right, we're going to have to take a look at this here. As much as I wanted to do the, like the Mothra mat under it while I did all this, it seems like it made my camera flip out, so I don't think I can do that, unfortunately. Alright, let's get this tape off of here and take a look. I have no idea how to play the game. I'm gonna have to learn, so I am not going to understand like any of the mechanics and stuff like that. There could be a Shin Godzilla? Maybe. As far as I'm aware, there is a Godzilla and Mothra starter deck, and also a King Ghidorah and Rodan starter deck. Also, okay. There's a lot of thick plastic around these cards here, so I'm having to take off a glove to get this done here. It's being a real pain. I've endangered your wallet today. Yes. Join me. No, King Ghidorah. He is a king, and his name is Ghidorah. Ghidorah, Dora, Dora, the Explorer. Alright, okay, there we go. There we go. Now we've got this plastic film off. Fantastic. Okay. Okay, there we go. Perfect, perfect. Of course, Rodan is with Ghidorah, the traitor. Yes. Okay, so we start with a foil card, which is pretty interesting. Oh, are these all foil? Oh, that's crazy. There's a lot of foil in here. Good old Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Yeah. I have no idea what any of these like point values and stuff like that mean, but it still looks nice. The foil on that's pretty cleanly done. I kind of like that. Very cool. Okay, we're gonna need a lot of sleeves, actually, so let me grab that real fast. Okay, let me go ahead and grab these out of here. Because we're gonna need quite a few. I can just feel it. Okay, and then this is the top right, I think. I think this is the top of it. Yes, it is. Okay. There we go. Let's just sleeve all these foil ones. All the numbers. Yes, all of them. I have no idea what they mean, because like I said, I have not actually played this TCG or learned it yet. But I like Godzilla, and especially Mothra, so you know, I was like, hell yeah, I'll grab this. Why not? Okay, and then next in the set, we have Kiryu, Mecha Godzilla. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, so it looks like it's got mostly like the same values as Godzilla, except this one is one less, so I wonder what that means. I mean, I'm gonna have to figure out what it means, obviously, but... Oh my gosh, and the next one is best card of all. There she is! Look at her! Oh, look at my baby girl! She looks so nice. Oh my goodness. She looks so cool. I'm so happy for her. I love her! The art is really good. Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. It's really nice. Honestly, I'm just happy to see Mothra cards, to be honest. I'm just absolutely stoked to actually see Mothra on some cards. Ooh, okay. City Rampage. Well, damn, okay. Go off, King. Is that the Mothra from the 90s? I think it might be, yeah. I think it might be. Still, the art on these is really cool. Although, I do find it interesting. I don't know if you guys can quite see that or not. But it just looks like some guy's, like, pair of pants there. I don't know what's going on in the frame here, but I just see some pants. Whose pants are those? Older than you? Well, I mean, listen, I've mentioned it before, but I am over 30. Believe it or not. I don't exactly keep that a secret. I keep my exact age a secret, but not the fact that I'm over 30. But yeah, either way, like, anybody can go back and watch old movies, right? That's certainly what I did. I've seen almost all of the movies, except with the exception of, like, some of the, you know, some of, like, the really, really new ones. I am actually gonna watch Godzilla -1 pretty soon, though, so I'm looking forward to that. I've heard it's really good. Someone got scared out of their pants. Yeah, sounds about right. So this one isn't, like, full foil, but you can definitely see that there's some, like, here, and then in here in his back flames, too. Which, I think that's a nice choice. I think that's a very nice choice. Oh yeah, and the lightning too. That's cool. I really like the accents and stuff like that they're doing with it. I think I like that even more than, like, the full foil ones, to be honest. 'Cause it's just really cool just to see, like, different accents and things like that. I think it looks really neat. Alright, let's see. Let's get to the next ones here. You saw all the ones before Shin. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, pretty much same here, honestly. Yeah, I've definitely missed out on, like, a lot of the newer ones for sure. But I did go back at one point and, like, watch all the old ones. Electric Moth. Yeah. Get 'em. Hell yeah. That's so cool. That looks awesome. That looks so cool. Okay, let's see here. There we go. Yeah, I feel like I'm just gonna need, like, a full pack of sleeves for these, honestly, because this is a lot of foil. I wasn't expecting so many foil cards. That's kind of crazy. Oh, there we go. Dropped a little bit. That's okay. PSA 9 instead of PSA 10. Damn it. Alright. Let's go ahead and put this one in here before I get a Butterfingers and drop this one too. Heat Ray! These look so cool. Like I said, I was not expecting nearly the amount of, like, foil that we got. That's kind of crazy. Maybe I should show the other one instead. There we go. There we go. Let's show this one instead. So you don't have, you know, things getting in the way from the sleeve. Yeah, like I said, so much foil. I was not expecting that much. It's pretty cool. No pants down here, though. No pants this time. So I wonder if they just have, like, different images in the, like, the frame. It should be standard. Honestly, it would be very cool, but I understand why it's not. Because some people are not like me, and they're not gonna sleeve all their cards. Like, honestly, like, ones that I use, like, in my actual, like, Weiss decks, like, I double sleeve those. So my deck's always, like, big chonkers. You're a lurk? Hey, no problem, Revy. Thanks for stopping in. Good to see ya. Alright. Yeah, this one, you mostly got the foil, like, down here. It doesn't look bad by any means, though. Could see the top half of the pants in the blue in the description. Really? I'm gonna have to go back and take a look at that. I'm gonna have to go back and take a look at that then. Give me just a second. Hold on. Hold on. Like, you could be right, but I don't think I saw that. Let me see here. Let me see. Because it definitely just looked like some random pants to me. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see. Where is it? Oh, let's see. No, I don't think so, actually. Because, let's see. Kind of see here. I don't see, like, the top half of the pants at all. It just looks like an explosion happening. So all I'm seeing is just pants there. Do you guys see that? See him holding his arm up. I don't see anything like that. All I see is an explosion. Oh, you mean up here before the blue part. Okay, okay, yeah, I see a person there. I do see that. That's so weird, though. Why just remove that part to have that there? That's interesting. That's an interesting choice. Interesting choice. Very odd. Very odd. Very, very odd. Not the worst choice I've seen, though. And then, yeah, same as the last one that we had there. We got us some dupes, which is good. Always gotta have, you know, always gotta have some dupes. In any good set, if you want to make sure you get the cards you want. That's just, you know, that's just standard. Alright, let's see. Next one. Oh yeah, the Shobi Jeans message. I want to say that this is from, like, the original Mothra film. Because I'm pretty sure there were, like, priestesses. I can't remember what they were called, if it was the Shobi Jean or something else. But yeah, there were the priestesses that would call Mothra. Maybe they just thought the pants would be hilarious. I mean, hey, they were right. They were right. Okay, let's see. We got another Shobi Jean dupe here. Yeah, like, they're not full foil, but you do have foil on things like the words and the background of the bottom part here. Am I getting 2 of each? It seems like it. Yeah, it seems like it. I've only seen one Mothra, though. So I would really like to get some more Mothra. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, this is a starter deck. It's not a booster box like we did earlier. It is a starter deck. So yeah, they're gonna actually, like, you know, give us stuff that we need to get started. Although we do have a booster pack that we can do after we finish going through all this. And see, now this one, there is no foil at all on. So that's interesting. Oh, okay, because those are all rares and higher. And then here we get into the uncommons, and then we don't have foil on these. Still very cool art, though. Still very cool art. Alright, let's see here. Let's see, we get 3 of those this time. Flying Zap. Yeah, get a Mothra. Oh no, it was perfect. It was, but yeah. Like I said, I've never seen a card set that wanted to just have them on everything. So this makes more sense. This is more what I expected. I should have checked the rarities before going through. But yeah, still. The art on these is super cool. Very much looks like a comic book art. And then we have our Kaiju Clash. Excellent, excellent. And that is how bright that burst is in the middle. That's not my camera being funky. It really does look like that. Alright, and then we have our Mega Burst. There we go. Hell yeah. Gotta love giant lasers. I can talk, I swear. Laters? What the hell was I talking about? Anyway. Smashing Stomp? Yes, because of course. Can't have a Godzilla deck without some good old, you know, stomping and smashing around. That's what people show up to the movies for. Ferocious Attacker? Makes sense. Feet, damn it! How did I know one of you guys was gonna... How did I know one of you guys was gonna bring up feet? Oh, wow! Incomparable size, indeed. Also, that's what she said. That's your sister later, Green? Ah, alright, okay. But yeah, damn. Just that scale is crazy. Sheesh. Imagine just being face to face with something like that. That'd be cool for about like 5 seconds, and then it would be terrifying. Alright. Monster aggression! Is that like cute aggression but from monsters? Or is it towards monsters? I can't figure it out. I can't figure it out. What do you guys think? Also, how do you pronounce that sound effect? That's like squeak. I have no idea what kind of sound that's supposed to be. I bet it's stinky. Yeah, probably. Probably. I can imagine big monsters being stinky. Ah, look at her though. She is beauty. She is grace. She is beauty and grace. God, I love Mothra. Like, honestly, it just, I knew I had to have the Mothra starter deck. Or it would be terrifying and then you'd look back on it later and think it was cool. Yeah, I mean, if you live, right? If you live. Titanic combat. Hell yeah. Fierce fight. Gotta love it. It's Godzilla's raw. Yeah! Okay, yeah, you're right, actually. You're right. Just with the, you know, I guess, what is it, the onomatopoeia there? I'm just like, what the hell? It's Heisei Mechagodzilla? I think so. I think you're right. Tough skin. I mean, you gotta have tough skin if the military is gonna, you know, ruin your fun by shooting missiles at you, right? Unmatched power. Hell yeah. I mean, of course, it's frickin' Godzilla. But yeah, very cool art on these. Like, even if they're not all foil, there's still a lot of foil on those. Yeah, that is Godzilla's cry. You're so right. You're so right. I feel so stupid for not recognizing that. Yeah. Like, very, very comic book style. I do think that's super cool. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. Okay. Honestly, though, like, even though we got a little setup for disappointment by having all the hollows first, that's still a pretty decent chunk that had some kind of foil to them. Granted, it looks like a little bit more because of the sleeves, but I mean, that's still a pretty decent chunk, I think. And then, okay, let's, yeah. Let's go through the booster pack here. So it's 6 alt art foil cards. So they're all foil cards. Alright. Oh, hey! Another Kaiju Clash, except this one is foil. This one's foil, so it makes that burst in the middle look even brighter. That's cool. Alright. Okay, and then we have Ferocious Attacker. Very cool. So it actually looks like, instead of alt art, it actually looks like it's the same art. It just has, oh, hello. Yo! Okay, hold up. So we got Battle for Dominance here. Cool. Yep, fighting that King Ghidorah, because of course. And then we actually have King Ghidorah. Very cool. I wasn't expecting to get that in this one. That's neat. I don't know if you guys can actually see it properly, but he's even got a little bit of foil in that red eye that's up there. That's a very nice touch, I think. That's a very nice touch. Of course, Ghidorah's a 3. Then we got a foil smashing stomp. Yep. The foil is pretty much only in here, the word, and then this here. But that still looks really nice. Overwhelming gravity beam! Man, King Ghidorah is crazy. That's so cool. That's very cool that we got some Ghidorah cards in the booster pack that we got here. Very cool. Yeah, let's go ahead and sleeve those. Let's go ahead and sleeve those. All right. And then I'm curious. I'm curious now. So let's see. It's 7 o'clock. It's not that late. Do you guys want to do a quick run through of, you know, the other one? Because I have the other one. Of course, then again, all this stuff is built up for like months, so I swear this isn't something I do often. But yeah, you guys want to go through the other one after I sleeve these? Hell yeah, let's get it done. Same time zone? Yeah, Eastern time for the win. Some might say Eastern time is the best time zone. I don't know who would say that, but some people would. But yeah, I had to go through the Mothra one at the very least. Cause like, come on, it's Mothra. I love Mothra, and it's not often there's any sort of like merch related to her. But yeah, this is gonna be like same kind of thing. Oh, I should probably keep these separate from the booster pack. Hold up. Or not the booster pack, the starter pack. Damn it. Give me that. How? There. I should probably keep these separated from the starter pack so I don't get them confused. But yeah, very cool. Very cool. Alright. So yeah, I think the last thing we're gonna do tonight is, yeah, go through this here. Let's see. There we go. Let's go from the bottom like we did last time too. Because that made it possible to get this out without hurting the box. Which, you know, is preferable, of course. Alright. That looks clean as hell already. Okay. Then, of course, we've got the rules book and another booster pack that we'll do at the end. And let me go ahead and cut this open here. Mothra or Oshi's Oshi? Honestly, Mothra's great. Like I said, there's just not nearly enough like merch related to her. So when she has something come out, I really want it. That's just how it always works. And it's even rarer when something comes out that's not just prohibitively expensive. So, you know, we take those small victories when we can get them. I mean, not gonna lie to you, Nader, I'm gonna keep it a buck. that is a little bit. I understand where you're coming from as far as like a place of concern. But also pointing that out makes it easier for other people to pick up on that information too. So I understand both sides of that conversation there. Because there's something that you gotta realize too, is that like, even if somebody is like in chat frequently, you can't really like guess motivations of people, right? From just like short little interactions like that. So it can come off very just like, oh that's scary, oh no. So like I said, I understand both sides of that. Especially since I think you were probably mentioning it out of like a place of concern of like, hey, you know, maybe that's giving out a little too much information. I get that. But I also understand where she's coming from with that too. Just hard to guess motivations and things. Also, hey Gas, how are you? Been a while, I hope you're doing alright. Okay, let's get into these, shall we? Going through our hollow foils first, because of course. Dang, that is a sick King Ghidorah. That is really cool. Man, that looks so cool. I love like the like comic book art style that that they've been going through with these. Just like the very like sketch art. It's very cool. Very cool. I think it lends itself really well to Godzilla art and other kaijus. Hell yeah. Alright. Oh hell yeah, and then we got Mechagodzilla in this one too. I believe that was somebody here's favorite. I believe. Yeah, Ghidorah being a Chongus. Always, right? Always. Alright. Yeah, very cool. Very cool card. Alright, and then we got Rodan next. Hell yeah. Okay. That looks sick. Granted, like, having, like, just the background be foil is a little odd. But it definitely still looks really nice. Reminds you of some collectible X-Men cards, like, really... Yeah, it does, actually. I think I know what you're talking about. I might know what you're talking about, just vaguely. Because I do vaguely remember some pretty old, like, X-Men cards that had that same kind of art style in it. Yeah. I think I might vaguely know what you mean. I don't exactly, as far as, like, names, when it came out, stuff like that. I don't remember that kind of information, but yeah, definitely. That combined firepower looks so cool. I love the foil, especially on the lightning coming out of the mouth. Or mouths, I should say. That's really sick looking. That's really cool. Alright. We got a second one of that. Yeah, that lighting is so cool. It really is. It really is. Oh, wow. Okay, hold on. Hold on a second. This one looks insane. Because you have the foil on, we have the foil on Godzilla's burst, and then we have the foil on all the lightning going around here too. That color contrast is insane. That looks so cool. Wow. That's awesome. Damn, like, that's honestly really impressive. Also, the eyes, you're right. Yeah. I don't see it on Ghidorah's eyes, but I do see it on Godzilla's eye there. So yeah, definitely. That's super cool. That is like... Dang. Like, they put a lot of work into these. That's impressive. That's very impressive. Like, seriously, even just with this card, I am super impressed. All the ones with the lasers, they've been doing, like, really amazing with the foil on. That looks so cool. Man. Okay, let's see. And then death from above. 'Cause of course. That's Rodin's whole deal, no? Definitely not as impressive as the last one, but, you know, with the foil and, like, the clouds and things like that, it still looks really cool. Still definitely looks neat. Man. But yeah, like, even the ones that don't have foil on them, they still look really cool just because of the art style. Oh my gosh. Okay, that one, that next one is going to be crazy. Hold on. We got to take a really close look at that one. Funny teeths? Yeah. He's got those actually teeth. There we go. Take a look at that. Damn. Like I said, just the lightning, having the foil on it just makes it, wow, it just really elevates that. That is so cool. That looks so awesome. I love that. They really went all out with these, I'm not gonna lie. That's the strongest. Is that Ooey Beam? I don't think I know what you mean. But yeah, dang, that looks so cool. Like, it just really elevates that, like, lightning effect in the art. It's really neat. Okay, let's see here. And then we have, oh, wow! That is definitely some era art, for Ghidorah. I don't remember what era that is from, but that is interesting. I actually don't remember seeing him look like that before, at least not to my recollection. I'm sure I have, because like I said, I've seen pretty much all of the, you know, Godzilla universe movies besides like the really new ones. So I'm sure I've seen this before. And, you know, just pointing it out in case you can't see it, but there is foil in the eyes here. Yeah, it's an interesting art style for him. I don't know if I've seen that one before. Like, if it's from a new movie, then there you go. That would be why I haven't. Is that Kaiser Ghidorah with hair? I don't know about with hair. I don't think there's hair there. But there is, like, I don't know, it's almost like feathers coming off the top. So maybe it is. I'm gonna have to look that up later. Because like I said, I don't remember seeing him look like this before, but I might have. I very well might have. I very well might have. Okay, alright. There we go. Here we have another cool effect with the... Yeah, there we go. Let's see. Can only see it a little bit, but like this like burst right here, that's the part that's covered in foil. I think that's a really cool accent. Like, they knew exactly what they were doing as far as, like, you know, putting it in just like certain places as an accent. That's super sick, actually. Alright. Still really cool. Really cool. Let's go ahead and put this one in, and then we get the other art to look at. Hell yeah. I am curious what we're gonna get in the booster pack. But, you know. As Titanosaurus? Yeah, yeah. Alright. There we go. Falling Crush. Man, that's such cool art. They did not have to go as hard as they did on these cards, but they really did, and I love them for that, honestly. Focus gravity beam, hell yeah. I do like that they're like switching between like different designs for the different kaiju also. That is really cool to see. Just shows like a lot of love for the property as a whole, instead of just like picking one, you know? I think that's super cool. I think that's really cool. Yeah, very cool art. Multiple bites! Oh no! Yeah, I can imagine that wouldn't feel great. I mean, Mecha Godzilla, though. I mean, this looks like a fully mechanized Godzilla. Would that actually feel pain? Like, come on. Or maybe he's just roaring instead. Maybe he's just roaring instead. Who knows? Who knows? Alright. Oh yeah, Overwhelming Gravity Beam. We got a version of this card from the previous booster pack that has a foil on it. It still looks really cool without it, though. Still looks really neat. Swooping Talons. Okay, here we go. There's that same art style, or rather design, for Ghidorah that I was like, wait a minute, I don't recognize this one. So yeah, there you go. There's more of a full look at him, I guess. Very cool. Very cool. Man, there's just so much going on in this image. Oh, Fire Rodon denting his metal. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Understandable. Yep, Battle for Dominance. Yep, we got this one too. We got a foil of this one also. I can't imagine they have, like, too many cards in the set yet, especially since they have the, you know, the 2 starter decks. So we're probably gonna see, like, some repeats in the booster pack as well. Evasive maneuver! Oh, that helicopter is screwed. Come on, you're not gonna run from Rodon. Not in the air, you're not. I will say, like, Rodon's face in this one is kind of derpy. That is definitely a bit, you know, that was a little bit rough. That one's a little bit rough. I feel like this is, like, taken from, like, the comics or something like that, because I know there were some Godzilla comics that were made at some point. But I don't know. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. And there we go. Man, Ghidorah looks so cool. Like, either of his designs look really cool. I actually like the alt coloring in, like, some of this. It really just, like, adds more depth to his design. Have I been on a... I have not been on a helicopter at all. No. Not at all. I am horribly afraid of heights, which is weird because I'm a bird. Don't worry about it. But yeah, no, I've never been on a helicopter, and I don't plan to. Very cool Ghidorah art. I do definitely enjoy that. Alright. Then the next one. There have been many comics. Yeah. Like I said, I know there's comics, but I have no idea where that image would have been from. Very quick arrival. Indeed. Alright, and then the next card. Oh boy! Well, you know what they say. You cut one head off the Hydra. Cut one head off the Hydra, 2 others grow back. I don't think Ghidorah works that way, but still, dang, that's brutal. That is brutal as hell. Okay, alright. And yeah, Space Terror. I do definitely feel like the art on, like, a few of these cards in the Ghidorah and Rodon starter deck are maybe a little bit weaker. Never mind. Hello? That looks cool as hell. Are you kidding me? Never mind. I take back everything I said. This is great. I was just about to say that I feel like a couple of the like art on the cards in the Ghidorah and Rodan starter deck are maybe a bit weaker than the ones in the Godzilla and Mothra set, but you know, then you get ones like this and it's just like, never mind, I take it all back. Just never mind. I retract everything I said. Forget it. Just forget it. Alright, yeah, very cool, very cool. Alright, and then last but not least, let's go ahead and crack open this booster pack and see what we got. I can't believe I spent 3 hours just opening cards. That's crazy. What am I doing with my life? Anyway, there we go. We got the incomparable size. Again, that's what she said. Doesn't look like they actually added any foil to the art itself. It looks like it's mostly just on the lower end here and the text, which is a little disappointing, but that's still cool. Then we got the, okay, let's see, hold on. Monster Aggression, which same kind of deal. Same kind of deal. We just got the foil on the, you know, on the title of the card, and then the lower area here. Streaming, that's what you're doing. True, true, and I am enjoying that. Don't get me wrong. All right. Yep, and the same kind of deal with this one. Next one, though. Next one's cool. Next one's cool. All right. Check it out. Look at that. God, I love that foil effect that they put on like the lightning breath and stuff like that. They even put a little bit like on the explosion in the background, just like for some depth. That looks so freaking cool. That's awesome. I love that. I love that so much. Man. Just the art on these goes so hard in some places. There we go. We got the same kind of thing as the first three. Not bad, not bad. And then the same with this one. I would have loved to see some foil on the lightning breath here, but you know, that's okay. That's okay. Because we actually do get, I don't know if you can see that, we actually do get a little bit of lightning down here in the lower part of the card that is foil. And it's different color foil, so it does actually stand out. It's pretty nice, pretty nice. That Ghidorah goes on the fridge. I know, right? Yeah, totally, totally. Oh my gosh, still super cool, super cool. Like I said, they didn't need to go as hard as they did on quite a few of these cards, but I'm thrilled that they did. So like I said, not often there's anything, especially Mothra related, that is not just insanely expensive or hard to get a hold of. So I'm very happy. I'm very happy that I did take the leap and grab these when they came out. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I can probably rope like one of my IRL friends into playing this with me at some point. I definitely want to like learn the rules and stuff like that. And you know, best way to do that is by playing. So yeah. So out of like all the, you know, all the cool stuff that we got today, what do you guys think was your favorite that you saw? Like, was there a set that we went through that was your favorite, or, you know, a particular card? Just out of curiosity. I still can't believe we got a signed card, by the way. That is insane to me. Because there are some sets where it's guaranteed, like Project Diva. That's why I have so many. But then there are others where it is not at all guaranteed. So that was crazy, actually. Let me find him again. Hold on. Where is he? Where's our boy? There's our boy. There he is. There's the sign, boy, right there. That's still so crazy. I can't believe I got that. That was crazy luck. That was crazy luck. Godzilla was your favorite, but if you made a clip, you would clip me pulling the sign card. Honestly, understandable. Understandable. That was actually crazy. Like I said, the fact that that was not guaranteed at all, that's... man. That was some absolutely crazy luck. Back from cooking dinner! Hell yeah! How's it going, Nike? We actually just went through the Godzilla TCG. So that came out fairly recently, I want to say. I know I grabbed it like forever ago. I was planning on like streaming an unboxing of it, but at the same time I was just like, I think I would want to add other stuff to that to make it longer. So it wouldn't just be like, oh, here's a 30-minute stream, bye! So yeah, but no, that was super cool. Definitely had fun, like, going through, like, all the different JoJo stuff. Like I said, I love what they did. I love what they did with, like, the hot stamping on the premium ones. That just adds, like, a lot of, like, attention to detail, and, like, the stuff that they did with that, that's, like, for the fans, you know, which I think is super cool. Again, I still don't super approve of, like, the whole, like, premium booster, trend that a lot of, like, TCGs are getting into. Not a fan of that. But I also am interested in taking a look, eventually, at, my cards that I got from the JoJo set and seeing what we can put together for a deck. But again, that'll be sometime after I actually do, like, a, you know, teaching you guys how to play the game, stream at some point. I just gotta figure out how that's gonna work. That's the main thing, really. But, yeah, and then the Persona ones were cool, too. Definitely like a different style that they went with, you know, their premium ones, but the foil on these is like super clean. I know you guys are probably getting like reflections out the ass holding them down here like this. I apologize if that's the case. But yeah, they look really cool, you know? Who needs to save money in late stage capitalism anyway? Honestly, I look at, like, stuff like this, personally, as, like, I try to be pretty good about my money, but this is a little treat, you know? Stuff like this is a little treat for me. But, like I said, between, like, getting stuff on sale and, you know, getting, like, the Godzilla stuff months ago and not having done anything with it, you know, that's... Listen, this is like months worth of stuff that is built up here. So like I said, I do try to be good about it. But I do like to give myself little treats occasionally. Especially everything I've been going through lately, man. It's been rough. It's been rough. You gotta find your happiness where you can, you know? But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I definitely look forward to, you know, spending another stream sometime just like nerding out trying to teach you guys how to play this game, because there are like a couple of ways to play it online. They're a little bit obscure, or like require like some kind of a workaround to like an already existing like a TCG sim. But yeah, I mean, who knows, maybe I can get some other people into the game. But yeah, I think that'd be super cool, because I actually really enjoy playing Weiss. And, with it being such a niche one, it's always hard to find new people to play with, so... Okay. Alright, but I do think that is where I'm gonna end it for today. Yeah, that actually took longer than I thought it was going to, which, you know, hey, we take those. I have no problem with that. But yeah, let me go ahead and take a look real quick and see if there's anybody going right now that we can raid into. Give me just a second. Alright, let's see. Who can I potentially send you guys to? you know what? It looks like Vance is having his birthday celebration, and yeah, going considerably later than usual. So let me check on him real quick, see if he's actually still alive or if YouTube's lying to me. And if so, I think that'd be a great place to send you guys to. He's very cool. I think you guys would like him. Granted, if you're here because, you know, female VTuber, not judging, just he's probably not going to be for you because he is very, very male. I think he's cool though. He's pretty chill. Okay, he is actually still alive, so they're not lying to me. Fantastic. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna send you guys over there. But anyway, if somebody could like drop our raid tag in chat, I'd really appreciate that. But yeah. Oh yeah, Yuri's maybe there. Yeah, she did tell me she was gonna be there at some point. I don't know if she still is, because it's kind of late her time now. But we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you had a great time. Just kind of going through and just nerding out a little bit about cards for a few hours. But yeah, I had a great time, and I hope you guys did too. I will be back. Actually, it's not on my schedule or my waiting rooms yet, but I am planning on playing the demo for Discounty tomorrow night at 10 p.m. EST. Just a very, you know, cozy little shopkeeping game. I had actually got sent a code from the development team. I got sent a code for the demo before it went public, but because of like what I was dealing with late last month into this month, I didn't see it until the demo had already gone public. But I still want to play it, and you know, it's a game I've been interested in for a while, and it's gonna be a super chill time. So I hope you guys will join me for that. And then on Friday, I'll be back at my normal time with None Shall Intrude, which is, you know, who knew? Another roguelike. But this time we get to play as a dragon that breathes fire on people, and it's super sick. But anyway, yeah, I'm looking forward to those, and I hope you guys are too. Take care, and have a great rest of your night. Bye-bye! So since I was asked for earlier, I'm gonna give it a go. It's not gonna be good. I will trip over myself, but I'm gonna give it a go. Ready? God, I can do it good for like 2 syllables, and then I completely fuck it up. Maybe someday. Anyway, have a good one.